Falcon fans, Falcon Nation, DFU fanatics. We are back with another episode of Dirty Fanatics United, bringing you live content of the NFC Playoff reaction and breakdown of the Seahawks versus the Rams. Hit that like button, leave the comments, hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Appreciate to all the new and loving, growing supporters. Thank you guys. We reached 700 last night. We're at 705 to start this show, guys. Let's see if we can make that number a little higher. Our these days.
You're lagging a little bit over there.
Yep.
Well, while we're here on DFU, we'll go ahead and say that we're going to just sit here, have a podcast tonight. We're just going to break down and talk a little bit about, of course, our Falcons, how they matched up against these two teams, as we did play both of these teams in the regular season. We'll just get some feedback as the game goes on. We'll take some of the comments and we'll get our topics and everything from there. Didn't really set up a bunch of topics to just go in. We're just going to sit down, enjoy the game, and just talk Falcon football and talk football in general. Now, Rob, what you got going on with the Rams and the Seahawks? What do you think is going to be the outcome of this game?
I think it's going to be another offensive shootout like when they played a couple weeks ago. I think it's going to be high scoring. If I got to give a score prediction, I think it'll probably be probably 38-34 around in there. I personally am pulling for the Rams, being a Bulldogs fan. I want to see Matthew Stafford get another one. And just another thing is, if the Seahawks get bounced today, that's going to free up Clint Kubiak to interview and take one of the available head coaching jobs. And I figure the last one available would be Cleveland. And I sure would hate to see a good
how about Buffalo
stuck with that. Buffalo is actually a premier. It's premier opening right now, yeah, but and they're interviewing everybody. They're even interviewed Philip Rivers for it.
That's right.
But
well, yeah,
I don't know. I wouldn't mind seeing him in Buffalo, but that's all going to be on that.
Definitely think this is going to be another high scoring game, like we said. Chase, I did just go ahead and start us up talking about who we thought was going to go ahead and go. And how this game is going to go. Just let the audience know that, we really didn't have a whole bunch of topics offhand that we were going to talk about. Just going to ride the game out, talk Falcon football, and, take some, comments from the listeners and, get our topics and everything from there. So we're just going to roll the podcast out tonight. Just definitely, just fan-based reactions and, just talking a little, football between a bunch of gentlemen in a room. So that's how we're going to roll it tonight.
That's right. I want to go ahead and apologize for any technical difficulties. Do have a storm that's headed our way right now, so it may be a little in and out for me tonight as I stream the game and watch here on the laptop. So we may have a little lag on my end, but if I lag out, guys, just keep it rolling. Shout out. Still lagging. Shout out to all the viewers on Twitter, all the people on Facebook and YouTube that's been watching, man. Appreciate all the growth of the last month. We appreciate new subscribers. David, did you get a prediction of what you thought the score could be tonight and who comes away as the Super Bowl contender of the 2025/26 season?
Yeah, high scoring game. I'll say 28-31. And we'll, Rams. Let's go, like I said, we got a couple good dogs on the Rams that we would like to see, get I said a ring or their first ring. So we'll roll with it like that. So high scoring game, 28-31 Rams. Go with it like that.
My guy Charles from YouTube says, rapid quiz. Who's y'all's prediction for GM and who's y'all's dream pick? David, start it off.
No, just as long as they come in and do the job. And no, Ian Cunningham has been the hot name floating around for everybody. Like we said earlier in the selection process, once it gets past the the head coach and everything, it kind of get out of our realm of understanding of what we see every day. You're gonna have those execs come in and they're gonna be a meeting of the minds, and whoever is the figurehead, they aren't the only one making that decision. So as long as their professional comes in and do their due diligence and talk to the players and bring some good picks in. And, they got some big shoes to fill. We did get rid of Fontenot, who's coming off probably one of the best drafts in Falcons history, in my opinion.
Yes,
with those
sir.
guys. So whoever it is, he's got some big shoes to fill, but it's going to be a meeting on the mind between him, Matt Ryan, Beatles. So one name is as good as.
Robert, coming to you with the same question here in just a second. I wanted to ask Charles, who is your prediction and what is your dream pick? Because to me, it's been kind of surprising to me that the Atlanta Falcons haven't made the selection yet. You're one game away from the Super Bowl, and the Atlanta Falcons still don't have a GM heading into this offseason to get started with the scouting process. I'm sure they have people looking, but to have that GM in place would be significant right now with the new coaching staff, with the new head coach, the new OC. You retain Jeff Ulbrich. Let's get that GM in the building, and let's start building a plan to what this Atlanta Falcons football team needs to be heading into 2026. Because if we're flipping the script with Kevin Stefanski, we have a lot of beefing up to do to run a high-powered run offense here in Atlanta. We have a need at receiver 2 that we must go ahead and solidify who that pick is going to be. Big names like George Pickens has been talked about. Also spoke about Tyreek Hill, like players that as soon as you're available and it's not tampering, the Atlanta Falcons need to be on the phone calling, figure out these numbers. Robert, your thoughts on the GM prediction and just your thoughts on why this process has been so long of a long, drawn-out process.
Well, I think it has a lot to do with, with Matt coming in, and he wants to make sure that he gets this pick as close to perfect as possible. Of the 6 candidates that I've seen, they seem like they're all pretty qualified. I still think that Ian Cunningham's probably the favorite. I would be perfectly happy with him. Josh Williams from the 49ers, I like him. And the guy that would be coming in from Houston, I can't remember his name right off, but he was instrumental in the drafts that brought in C.J. Stroud and those guys. And I think he was a scout, and he scouted CJ and, pretty much convinced the brass, to make the pick. So these guys all bring, something important to the table. They seem to be qualified. And I'm with David as long as they are professional and do their jobs. And as long as they've got the mathematical mind to figure out the intricacies of the salary cap and get us out of cap purgatory with all the bad contracts we've had in recent years, I'm all for it.
Yeah,
the question that comes up to me is that is the fact that Matt Ryan is in the building is not why they have such a rush. They do have that 1 degree of separation from Beatles to the head coach now with Matt Ryan. So does that Matt Ryan being in the building kind of not rush that decision of who they're gonna bring in for the GM? That's a question.
I agree. I agree a lot. I think Matt Ryan has a lot of say, obviously, in the GM, which he was accounted for that he would hire the head coach and GM in Atlanta. I just think that it helps when you have that connection and that front office. As soon as, personally, I feel like the GM and head coach hire should have been kind of close together. As soon as they made that selection, maybe any kind of connection they have with these people. But I mean, it's a situation you don't want to rush. I just think it's a lot better situation when you have level group of people that know how to operate together and work to one goal. As they did say, one of the biggest problems with Raheem Morris and his staff is there was no end goal. Nobody had a long-term plan. And that's what I think this team must have with these young players in Atlanta. You have Bijan Robinson in some of the best years that he'll ever have as an athlete in the NFL. You have right now Drake London at the same situation early in his contract. Will probably get the extension this offseason. Will probably be a nice salary. A lot of Falcon fans may disagree with what he signs for, but it does free up money here in Atlanta. I'm just saying you have a lot of young talent on the offense and the defense side of the ball that you don't want to waste, and you want to make sure that this plan is 100% with this new GM and head coach heading into the new season. Guys, we are officially, I think, like not even 5 minutes away from live kickoff with Seattle versus the LA Rams. Robert, you gave your score prediction. David, did you give a score prediction?
I said 28-31 Rams.
28-31 Rams. I said before the game, I think it's going to be it can either go one direction, absolute slobber fest for the winner, or it could be a shootout for both teams. I think both teams both have a great defense. Seattle possibly having one of the best defenses since they had the Big 12 in Seattle, the Legion of Boom. I think that the LA Rams have a decent enough defense as well. They have a gunslinger and Matthew Stafford that knows how to win in big games. So I think we're in for a high shooting game tonight. I think the prediction could be, I'm going Seattle with a W against the LA Rams. The score 34 to LA's 28. Very close game. But the Seattle find a way, and we have a rematch of Seattle versus the Patriots in the Super Bowl once again. That's my prediction for tonight. Charles says, since Terry did bring a lot of talent in this franchise, and from my perspective, played his role in his time outside of QB, what are characteristics you would like to see from the next GM? I just want a guy that can bring me talent when there's a need that the Atlanta Falcons need. All the off seasons where Terry brought in the Jesse Bates that made a tremendous step towards to what this defense is now. When you look at when he brought in, what's the guy's name on offense? He went and got Darnell Mooney. Yes, Mooney had a drop-off season this year, but the year prior, Mooney had the best season of his whole NFL career in Atlanta. So I think I need a guy that can bring in those missing pieces to get us to where we need to be as a franchise. So this live reaction could be about the Atlanta Falcons playing in the NFC game tonight. But unfortunately, that's not the scenario. We're watching the Seattle Seahawks and LA Rams, a team that we beat on Thursday Night Football, or it was Thursday or Monday Night Football. The LA Rams in your hometown. You also beat the Buffalo Bills, another team that is in the playoffs or was in the playoffs. So you have a roster that was – and the Patriots beat you by a touchdown in overtime?
No,
or was it a field goal?
Lost that on a missed extra point by
That's
Parker
right.
Rome.
That's right. It was a 1-point game, missed extra point from the Patriots.
Yeah.
So you got a roster that has talent. You got a roster that can win now against these big-name teams, these teams that you're watching right now go to the playoffs, go to the Super Bowl. So that's what I need in a GM. I need a GM that can bring me talent, that can beat these playoff contention teams, that can win me the NFC South, something we haven't done in far too long, a division that's very winnable that the Falcons have had a million different scenarios to win the past 4 seasons. Just weren't able to finish the job.
What I'd like to see as characteristic is just alignment with the vision. Like saying, if that was the one thing that the past regime and Fontenot and Raheem, it was said that they didn't have a vision or a similar alignment. Is why they, at the end up letting them go. I would think that would have to be the number one characteristic that we look for. If that was the case, that they did have an aligned vision, this next GM hire has to be aligned with what Stefanski wants to do and have one band, one sound, everybody marching in the same direction. So that's what I would like to see.
Cody, what's going on, man? Glad to have you here tonight for the NFC playoff reaction and breakdown. DFU Live, Seahawks versus Rams. Cody, we have a comment from Charles. His comment earlier was, what is your dream scenario for GM here in Atlanta? Who is your top candidate? Your prediction? Charles says his prediction here is James Lippert from the Texans, and that it seems like it would mean more than just a job from a former I think he meant GM player. Cody, who is your prediction for GM in Atlanta? And chat, who do you have winning tonight? Give me a Seattle or a LA in the chat for who you think comes out victorious tonight. Cody, the mic's yours.
Yeah, man. I think my lead candidate is Cunningham out of Chicago. I think, again, like I said on our last podcast, man, is that he's been around some really good teams, including Baltimore and the Philadelphia Eagles team that, was heavily drafting, Georgia Bulldogs. And so I think really, though, no matter who the Falcons bring in, what I'm looking for is a guy that really does have like the same vision that Matt has for this team, that lines up with Coach Stefanski and bringing in the guys that are going to work in this new system. That's my ultimate goal is it's just finding the guy that aligns with what you're trying to do for the next, hopefully foreseeable, long-term future. So really anybody that can, see the vision, do what needs to be done to make that vision a possibility is who I want in this building.
Yep, absolutely. Look at what Mike Vrabel and his staff did in year 2 in New England. Vrabel has been he possibly wins Coach of the Year, if I'm not mistaken. I think Vrabel wins Coach of the Year now, taking his team to Super Bowl in year 2. So obviously the winner of this game will play the Patriots. The Seattle's getting ready to kick off right now. I'm not sure who receives the ball. We'll find that out here in just a second. But I want to give a shout out real quick while I have a good enough connection. Shout out to all the new subscribers, man. I announced earlier DFU reached 700 last night. We started the podcast today. We're at 705 right now. The goal is 1K, guys. So if you guys can hit that subscribe button, help us out, reach that goal of 1K, hit that subscribe button. It's free on YouTube. If you're watching on Twitter, as we have a lot of viewers right now tuning in from Twitter, check us out on YouTube at Dirty Fanatics United. Hit that subscribe button. Also, we have started a Facebook page, Dirty Fanatics United. Be sure to follow us on that channel as we'll bring breaking Facebook content that pops up. We'll also drop every podcast episode to that page directly. So be sure to check us out on Facebook. Cody, we kind of gave our score predictions of today's game of who we think wins. I said Seattle in a high-scoring game, 34-28. Robert and David both went with the LA Rams, another high-scoring prediction for both guys. So what is your prediction for tonight? And then we'll pass it around the table. What is the X factor for whoever walks away winning tonight?
Ooh, man. So this is a tough one because you guys got to remember this is, NFC West rivalry matchup,
That's right. It is a divisional matchup.
It's a divisional matchup, man. Let's say so. These teams know each other, so I don't know about high scoring. I think this game, if I'm not mistaken, in Seattle right now, it is probably in the 30s. It is windy and it is wet, and it is going to be a heavy run game. I imagine for both teams. Yeah. I see Seattle winning this game. I think that they are playing super physical. They are at home. For me, I'll kind of jump the gun earlier. That's going to be their X factors. They are at home. I have been in Seattle at that stadium as an away fan, and it is loud, very loud.
Rowdy. The 12-man is a true statement, they say.
Real thing out there. So I see this one coming down, more so in the 20-17, 17-13, last-minute field goal in the wind, but I see Seattle coming out on top on this one.
Sorry, guys. I can't tell if that's rain or my wife giving my son a bath. But I think the X factor for tonight's game for either one of these teams, now that you said, Cody, it's raining, I'm just now tuning in on my phone. You said it is a rainy, wet conditions right now in that game. I think the X factor is for whoever can have the most explosive plays, whoever walks away turnoverless, if that makes sense, whoever can walk away without the mistakes. Wins this game tonight. I think, a missed field goal could cost you this game tonight. In my eyes, I think it's going to be a close game, and it could be a low-scoring game. Cody, I had that had blown my mind that you said it was a divisional opponent. I didn't even realize that the LA Rams and Seattle are both in the same conference, NFC West, as the game gets ready to kick off here. I'm sure, guys, can you just not wait until the Atlanta Falcons are back in these scenarios? Like, we're sitting here talking about the Falcons right now. Like, damn, dude.
It'd be great. And, and look at what what can change. The New England Patriots, had to sit out the playoffs for 2 years before their coach took them right back into it.
Yeah.
It's insane what
they won 4 games last year.
Yeah, they were 4-13, and 2 years ago we had Vrabel in the building interviewing him, and we let him walk
twice. We interviewed Vrabel twice.
Yes,
for Coach Raheem Morris.
Yeah.
But that was some of that McKay action, right? That was some of that McKay action, right? We got we sweat him out to do it, right? All that changed now.
Yep.
Beatles and Matty Ice was going to get us right. Dave?
Well, I'm gonna throw my X factors out there. I don't. Why I went with the Rams is the Seahawks come in a little beat up.
That's right.
Darnold, he's out. Donald has an oblique injury. He split a rep with Drew Lock all week. So that was one of the reasons that I went with the Rams coming out, because you don't know what you're gonna get out of Donald. And they are down one of their top running backs, so we'll see how that goes.
All right, they just kicked off, and the Rams are getting the ball first.
Bet. So Seattle or the Rams offense takes the field first. We'll see if Seattle's defense has been some records this year, bro. Like, have been really nice on the defense side of the ball. Who's their DC?
I know he interviewed for the Steelers. I can't remember his name, but he's kind of like flying under the radar.
Guys, if I lag a little bit, I apologize. It is storming outside right now.
I'm gonna say, I've got the same problem. I'll say I'm about 5 seconds behind y'all on playtime too. I'm watching David's TV instead of my phone.
Went to the wrong app. Hold on. Chat, who you got for the win tonight? If you're watching on Twitter, man, check us out on YouTube. If you're tuning in on YouTube, leave a chat. Let me know who you have for the dub tonight. Is it the Atlanta Falcons? Why do I keep wanting to say that, man? Is it the Seattle Seahawks or the LA Rams? Let me know in the comment section who you got for the win tonight. If you're tuning in from Mr. David's Facebook, man, leave a comment. Let us know where you're checking in at. Appreciate all the viewers that are watching tonight and supporting the channel, as this past month, guys, has been crazy for the channel, guys. So shout out to all the viewers. We really do appreciate it, as we are doing a giveaway for our appreciation, a Falcon hoodie throwback era. We also are giving away a Julio Jones bobblehead, and my guy David is giving away the Falcon flag. So, guys, be sure to subscribe and hashtag DFU to be entered in that raffle. Even if you're not a Falcon fan, if you're a Seattle fan tuning in, if you know a Falcon fan, if you win the giveaway, give it to the Falcon fan. Hashtag DFU, enter this raffle, man. It's free merch here from DFU for our appreciation to all that have shown support to the channel. Back to the game. Robert, what's going on, man? I'm trying to load the game up right now.
Stafford just threw an incomplete pass. It's 4th and 3. They're coming off. Looks like they're
Jeez, 3 and out early for the LA Rams.
That guy was all over Puka, man. That was good defense. Hold on a second, guys. I got to shut these dogs up.
You know who really has been playing some good ball for LA? That's Nate Landman, dude. The one that got away, huh?
Yep.
Well, I don't think that he would have, shown as good in our defense for what we were trying to do. I think Nate ended up in a good situation that, he would he have, blossomed into what he was if he hadn't left. That's always the question that you have to ask when somebody leaves or when somebody stays. I think that we got Divine Diablo, so I don't think that we missed a beat by letting Nate walk. So
on the opposite side of the ball for the Seattle Seahawks, Emanawari, or however you say his name, he's played some good ball this year. He's been a great pick for those guys.
Oh, the receiver?
No, I'm talking about he's either a nickelback or he's cornerback. Emanawari, number 6 or something like that. He's got a low score number, but he's really been balling for him this year. I think he was just selected this year or the year before.
Yeah, I hope
Jackson
Kenneth
Najigba,
Walker,
though, he's been a different maker this year for Seattle.
Yeah, I hope Kenneth Walker got some rest because they're gonna ride him all game.
Yeah, 2nd and 5 here for Seattle. Darnold gets it out, and they do not catch the ball. Nate Lemon with the pass breakup.
I missed
Speak of the devil. Speak of the devil, Mr. Nate Lemon. I think a lot of Falcon fans wanted to keep Nate Lemon. I think we all did at one point. But the thing was, at the time, we didn't have the money to pay what Nate Lemon's amount or value was. So I think it was our smart decision.
That wasn't the case. That wasn't the case. We made him an offer. I do believe he went to the Rams for less because he wanted to go back home. If that was the
but that may be what happened then.
Yeah, I think our linebacker room was pretty full at the time. We had Troy Anderson and
Shaheed almost breaks away for a touchdown here. What a I mean, not really a gamble. Those guys went and got Shaheed, and he has been a difference maker for that team, guys.
Oh man,
he has been an absolute game changer for Seattle.
Yeah. That's their rookie, right?
So the chat, Charles, you asked what I want in a GM. I want a guy that can find me people like that. That's what I want in a GM. Somebody that can change your team in mid-season. This guy walked in mid-season from the New Orleans Saints, a losing franchise, to the Seattle Seahawks, now in the playoffs, playing to make it to the Super Bowl. That's what I need in a GM. Jackson Najigba making noise here. In the goal line for Seattle.
Sam Darnold would be a game away from the Super Bowl.
Dude, did you see what he did in Minnesota? He balled in Minnesota. So I was like, yo, this is a guy that I would look at over a Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
That was one of the craziest things. He did that in Minnesota, and they let him walk for J.J. McCarthy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And that goes back to, the fan base that's, raising all kinds of hell about the Kevin Stefanski hire. Oh, look at his record. Well, look at Darnold's record with the Jets.
Yes.
Panthers.
Went from seeing ghost to one game
Kyle
away.
Shanahan came from the Cleveland Browns. What was his record?
Yeah, exactly.
2nd and goal here for Seattle. Early, trying to make some noise here. That's what their first possession, correct? Seattle's first possession.
Yep.
71 live viewers, man. Y'all hit that like button. Leave the comments. Bring the comments. Who wins tonight, Seattle or LA? If you're a new fan tuning in to DFU, hit that subscribe button. Hashtag DFU to be entered in the raffle. 3 live giveaways.
This is the bad part about, streaming content. Everybody's on a different time frame from the live. I think you probably a play ahead of me, Chase.
Yeah, Chase is a play ahead of you. You're about 5 seconds ahead of me.
I think I'm 5 seconds behind all of you.
Kenneth Walker with a decent gain there. He's been a good bat for Seattle too this year.
A little trouble bringing him down.
Yeah, that boy there is stalky. Reminds me of Devontae Freeman.
Mm-hmm.
Freeman was just cuttier, shiftier.
Yep.
Who would that be? Our Thunder or our Lightning? Is he Bijan or is he Tyler?
That for the Seattle would be their Bijan. This next guy, this Chambliss, whatever his name is.
Charbonnet,
that's it. Charbonnet's their Tyler.
He's out. Yeah, he's out.
Is he out? Okay.
Yeah, he's ACL. He probably missed most of the next season.
Kenneth Walker is their Bijan for sure.
Touchdown.
The other one is
their that was good. That was awesome. Touchdown, Seattle.
Yep.
Seattle with the touchdown at home to open the game. I'm telling you guys, it could be a slobber fest for the winner, or it could be a close game. If Seattle comes out here and dominates on defense, from what I seen last week, that team ain't playing games, Bo. Seattle's going all the way. That team is playing to win. Yeah, and I don't know if anybody listens to there's different versions you can watch where you can watch different camera angles of the game. And if you listen to how those players talk on that field, those boys are playing to beat your teeth out. That's what I need my defense to play like.
Is it too late for me to change my pick? Darnold Darnold actually came out looking a lot better than I thought. You know, they made more of his injury than what he showed in the first drive. You know, they had him.
He was a little banged up last week when they played. Who did they play last week?
San Francisco.
He split all the reps. He split all the reps with Drew Lock, so they don't know how he's going to be.
Yeah.
Didn't look any worse for wear that first series. So,
well, that's the wild.
Go ahead. Against San Francisco last week, that was. Whew.
Yeah, they drummed San Francisco. That's wild, though. Can you know that's
day.
The Seahawks to get into the Super Bowl or having to
play.
Shout
out to the new subscriber. Appreciate you guys.
I'll say that. Could you imagine to get into the Super Bowl if we had to beat like Tampa Bay and then turn around and beat New Orleans? That's what the Seahawks are doing right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that'd be kind of dope. The setting would be fire. I would be at that fucking game, boy.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, I can't wait for these days.
Now we host the Super Bowl. Is it next year or the year after?
I think it's year after.
Okay.
28. Yeah.
Yeah.
So after Drake May's game today, if Stafford doesn't win tonight, we're gonna say Drake May wins MVP, correct?
It's not supposed to be based off playoffs, is it?
It ain't supposed to be, but it will be.
It will be.
I mean, that's how I look at it. I think Drake May played a decent enough game today. He didn't have interceptions. He had no touchdowns. He had like 88 yards in a snowy second half.
Yeah, you have to throw that game away because of the conditions. You know that.
And then he runs the ball in for the touchdown to even take the lead.
Yeah, and that Broncos defense isn't a joke either.
No, they're not. They're not. They were the only team above the Falcons in sacks this year.
Yep.
Whew, boy, I hope that defense can continue on from this year's progression, dude.
Well, and that was
I think you see that because of keeping Jeff. Like, you're able to keep Jeff. You're able to keep that same scheme. You're able to run the same defense. You're going to find a couple of missing pieces to make the scheme even better in Atlanta. I think that was a big part of making sure Jeff Ulbrich stayed in A.
Well, yeah, definitely. You know, at the end of the season, when they figure out how they could not blitz so much to get pressure on the quarterback, I think that's what the defense is looking for. You know, they're able to play fast because they're not thinking as much, and then they're playing off their instincts instead of just trying to think so much. I think that's why it was really important to keep breaking the building and everything. So it's going to pay dividends. Like I said, plug in a couple pieces, a big space eater in the middle, solidify the corner opposite AJ, and I think this defense is probably be top, not top 5, top 2, if the league's not careful.
Yep.
Does anybody have any word on who the Atlanta Falcons special team coach will be this year? Has anybody seen any leaks about who that position could be?
No.
Because that is a position the Falcons must get right this season. As you watch Seattle's special teams unit right there, man, they're all on the ball. Like, every single one of them's at the ball. That was a big weak point for the Falcons this year.
We don't know who it's going to be, but we know who it's not going to be.
Yeah,
Number 3 right there. Number 3, Amenawari. That guy has played some ball this year for Seattle. Keep your eyes on number 3. He's a baller.
Well, as far as I know, the only actual position coach outside of OC and DC that's been hired is Callahan for the O-line.
That's correct.
And of course, they're going to need, but they've still got a lot of other assistant positions to be filled or if they haven't announced it.
Are you talking about on the offensive side of the ball?
Yeah.
I do think that, they blocking interviews with a lot of not a lot. I know at least one of the defensive coaches that, requested an interview. So I do think that most of the defensive side of the ball probably is going to be retained.
I did see that our cornerback coach was being requested to be interviewed.
And
Puka Nacua with a big catch, guys.
God, dude. God, what
Shoot, I wish we had Puka. I do.
He's on
He's on another level.
Shout out to all the live viewers right now, man. We're at 103 live viewers. Wherever you're tuning in at, hit that like button. And a lot of viewers on Twitter. Y'all check us out on YouTube, man, at Dirty Fanatics United as we bring you live game reactions, possibly for the Super Bowl as well. So be here to get our live game reactions. And if you're a Falcon fan, this is the place to be. Hit that subscribe button.
Oh, is he gonna no?
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Well, see, and going back to the defensive side of it again for us, I think that's one of the big reasons that you bring in Stefanski's because he was willing to keep Coach Brick around, and it's one thing that we've just not done is kept guys offensive coordinator, defensive coordinators, and it's these guys are having to learn new schemes. What feels like every 2 years.
Yeah.
So you finally get, some consistency to your point, Chase, to where these guys, know a system, have learned a system, and it's the system that they know. And it goes from I have to think about what I'm doing here to I know what I'm doing here, and it's it's reactive and instinctive instead of hey, well, it's this is what we're in, this is what I've what do I do? Where's my guy? Who's my adjustment? So. I think that's important. It's going to be important for us.
I think that's crazy. Devontae Adams didn't get that PI right there.
Yeah, it was
3rd and 10 here for LA. They're marching down the field. They're at the 27-yard line here of Seattle, trying to match the score here. Seattle up by 7. Low throw. They'll go to 4th down and try for a field goal, I assume.
Yeah, you're going to have to take the points when you can.
How about
told Sean Payton that?
Sean Payton's goofy ass not taking the field goal. That was crazy to me.
Sean Payton's in the game.
Yeah, especially when you've got a backup quarterback that hasn't started in 2 years.
Points.
If they would have done a better job of just
Can the thicker kicker make it 7-3 here, guys? Here we go. 44-yard attempt. It's up. It is good for the thicker kicker here. 7-3. Seattle leads in the NFC playoff game. 108 live viewers, man. Y'all show the love. Hit the like button wherever you're tuning in from. Who do you got winning tonight? What is your Super Bowl matchup prediction? Patriots versus who in the comment section? Let me know who you think takes it all the way this season. Cody, obviously you predicted Seattle to win tonight. Your thoughts on the Patriots making it back to the Super Bowl?
I hate it. I say I wish they could struggle just a little bit, dude. Like seriously, like Robert said, you know what? They won 4 games last year, and they make a head coaching change, and they're in the Super Bowl again. It's just like it's just like why? Like there are just some franchises that get it right, and New England just does, and I hate every bit of it because I know Patriot fans that weren't Patriot fans until 2001, 2002. So I hate that they're so successful, but they are.
No, I can remember back when they were only winning like 1 or 2 games a year. I mean, just back when they had the red jerseys and the Pat Patriot and all that playing at Old Sullivan Stadium. That was some lean times, and once they started getting success, it was like they're a suffering fan base and all that. They kind of deserve this, but then it was just every year it was like, oh dear Lord.
What's up, chat? Get active, guys. Get active. Come on.
Chat, come through. Who you have winning tonight's game, man? 112 live viewers, and chat is sleeping. Who you got winning the game tonight, people?
Hashtag DFU for these giveaways.
Yes, sir. Hit the hashtag DFU. As I said, all you got to do is be subscribed, guys. Hashtag DFU in the chat. We enter you in a free Falcon throwback hoodie, a bobblehead of Julio Jones, and a Atlanta Falcon flag. Hashtag DFU in the chat, man.
We need to get some of those made, Chase. DFU flags.
That would be dope. Little handheld flags we can send out to supporters. Hey, and special guests like Mike Johnson. Like I want to get some DFU merch and send it over. Like maybe we'll see one day on Facebook he's wearing that shit on a short. That'd be crazy.
Yep.
That would be crazy. But back from break now. Seattle 7, LA Rams 3. First quarter, 8 minutes and 15 seconds here left to play in the first quarter. That was a 6-play scoring drive, 47 yards, a minute and 42 time possession as LA kicks it off. Sam Darnold. Old Sam Darnold.
I can't believe that Minnesota let him walk.
For a rookie.
Basically, yeah. An injury-prone one at that.
Mm-hmm.
Sound familiar? Boys, I'm really hoping that Penix can get healthy and he's our long-term answer. But I'm scared, man.
Yeah, dude. Robert, I'm a big supporter of Penix. Obviously, I want to see Penix be the next franchise guy here in Atlanta, but I have my doubts and worries as well as every Falcon fan I think could have when you draft a guy with those type of injuries, when you lose him for a year, like we did this year, and then you're hoping that he can, like everything that could go wrong is happened to Penix. Like now he's learning a new scheme in his offseason. Now he has to learn this new offense. And while he rehabs, get back healthy to where he feels comfortable to play at the pro level. Because quarterback is not an easy job in the NFL, fellas. No. If it was, everybody would do it. So, Michael Penix has got a lot on his plate. And I think he's a great leader. I think, you would ask no other player but Penix to carry that kind of weight. I think he can handle it. So we'll see what shakes out with Penix, man. I hope for the best.
If it was an Achilles, I would be a little bit more concerned. The ACL is a little easier to come back from. The Achilles injury that Kurt has, it's definitely something that when you come back, it takes a lot longer to, get back into, form. But Achilles injuries is a little bit different injury. I think that, that's, timeline be sped up a little bit from, him getting back.
So speaking of Achilles, what do we think about Billy Bowman? Could Billy Bowman, our young rookie that played very well, could that take a toll on him this year, guys?
Yeah, I don't think that he comes back, at the start of the season, as full. It's going to take him some time to get his footing up under him with that injury. But, he will recover and be back.
Yep. Billy Bowman, man. Prayers to Billy, man. I want Billy bad, dude, because he was making some noise. Him and Xavier Watts there at the same time early this year. But then again, that goes to the credit of D. Alford, man. This guy balled out when his number was called. And I've had my times of we call it DFU slander. That's not really what it is. It's just Falcon fans venting. But I've had my fair share of slander against D. Alford on after games previous years. But D. Alford really stepped up big time when the Atlanta Falcons needed it this year. Seattle getting momentum here, guys, heading down the field with 5 minutes in the first quarter.
I think a lot of D. Alford's problem last year was the Jimmy Lake scheme.
Yeah, yep.
He said as much.
Yep.
Or he tweeted as much.
He kind of let that be known, yeah.
Yeah, he definitely let it be known.
And, if Rod did one thing right during his time with us, it was he brought Brick in and got rid of his buddy Lake. I mean, 3rd and 1, and you've got your corners playing 10 yards off the line. What's that?
Garbage.
I swear this Clint Kubiak offense is like watching a Kyle Shanahan offense. The screen passes, the check downs, the in reverse. I mean, like that is a typical Kyle Shanahan play right there.
Yep.
On that kind of downage where you're at on the field.
One thing I've wondered though. Go ahead, David.
Kubiak was under Stefanski at one point, right?
I believe he was. Yeah, I believe he was.
I think some of the same principles that you're seeing. Yeah.
There was a player that they interviewed. I think it was Myles Garrett. Shout out to Myles Garrett from Fox. He said he interviewed this player, and this player had played under a Clint Kubiak, and he had also played under a Kevin Stefanski offense. And he said, if you're a team that gets Kevin Stefanski, you got the older version of Clint Kubiak. And that's legitimately what he said. Like you got the older veteran Clint Kubiak of the NFL. So I'm excited to see what this offense does under Kevin Stefanski. Chat, if you are a Falcon fan here, tune in during the playoff reaction live. How do you feel about the head coach hire? Kevin Stefanski, now the Atlanta Falcons head coach, as we turn the page to this new era. Let me know in the chat how you feel about that, as Seattle is moving down the field here early in the first quarter, making it look easy. Third down and like 1 or 2 here in the red zone for Seattle.
Like you said earlier, Chase, this is going to make Kubiak's resume look real sweet.
Yeah. If he walks away with a W today, yeah. I think people have called me crazy, but I think now that Clint Kubiak will be like he'll be like the top candidate after all these games are said and done. Like after all the hires that have been made, Clint Kubiak will possibly be the top candidate. I think he goes to Buffalo. I think he goes. You still got Anthony Weaver. Still got Anthony Weaver from Miami's defense coordinator. Damn, what a catch. What a catch right here, guys. Look at the screen. One-handed grab.
Yep.
A clutch play that you had to have right there. Jackson Njigba with a grab.
See, that's one thing that frustrates.
Darnold with a dot, too.
Yeah. He wasn't even looking at the receiver.
No.
He just looked at the defender's eyes and just sidearmed it. But see, that's one thing that really irritates.
Those gloves are a cheat code. Those gloves are a real cheat code, man.
Now, this is one thing that really bugged the crap out of me this past year with us under that Zach Robinson scheme. Okay, notice the mechanics, when he's going, once he takes a snap, if they run a play action, they do the fake, quarterback sets his feet, and then he gets out of the pocket when he sees nothing open and throws a dime.
Right.
With Penix, he had him doing all this ballet stuff, running these long circles and all that. And ain't no wonder the poor kid got his ACL messed up.
Yeah, absolutely. Couldn't make a play design.
Oh, nobody in Atlanta is going to mess it up.
No.
Mad as they are.
We get the pleasure of seeing that twice a year to a team that we've kind of owned with a veteran quarterback in Kirk Cousins.
Yep.
I'm seeing a lot of Falcon fans kind of hop on the train of cutting Kirk and re-signing him at a more affordable price under Kevin Stefanski.
I could see it happening.
Kirk may stay here in Atlanta after it's all said and done, even with the contract renew.
Yep.
I think the Falcons, when they get this GM in place, I think some of the first moves you have to make is you go ahead and extend Drake London, free up some money on that end. You extend Drake London to a 3 to 4 year contract, big number deal. And then if you want to, you go ahead and extend Bijan Robinson.
Yep.
Go ahead and square that away. As you head off into the new era here, you free up money, you extend your 2 superstars on offense, and you still have time to get the quarterback situation right. Big play right here, guys. Boy, that food smelling good, old lady whipping up in there.
That reminds me of when we had Kyle Shanahan here, just the check down to Tevin Coleman and Devontae Freeman and all,
it makes it easy for your quarterback. I think that's why when you have these players like Sam Darnold, when you have these Brock Purdy's just come out and play great for one team and not so great for the other team, it's because you have a offensive coordinator that can scheme for that quarterback. I think it's very interesting that they reported this week that Kevin Stefanski took the time with every starting quarterback that week after practice every day. He had his own setting with that quarterback to make the play calls to that quarterback's advantage. I think that's a big plus for what the Falcons will see this year in Penix when his time is back and available. You'll have a guy that has come into you after every play, that is asking you, what did you see right here? What can we do better? What makes you more comfortable to roll out this pocket and find this guy down the field? Like what do we have to do to make that happen? I think that's
they're saying that he tailors himself to the strengths of the quarterback as an individual instead of trying to squeeze that square quarterback into his round hole.
That's
hopefully
I think that'll work to Penix's advantage tremendously.
You say
and then being closer with Matt Ryan. like Matty Ice would be in the building every day. I know they said that he wouldn't be around a lot of player personnel, but I find that hard to believe if Penix called Matt Ryan up and said, "Hey, let's get some practice in." Matty Ice is probably on that field.
Oh, no doubt.
That's just how I see it. So we'll see what shakes out as far. We'll be able to see that as fans, when it comes to training camp, when we're out there on that hill at Flowery Branch and we get to see, if Matty Ice is on the sideline during training camp. That's going to tell you a lot, like what his role is as a Falcon.
You'll see him out there.
You've seen Terry here and there, but to see Matt Ryan with the coaches, with the players, I think that'll be cool to see. As far as fans, but for the organization as well. You're talking about a veteran player that's been through the highs and the lows here with this franchise, and I think nobody wants it more than Matt Ryan. So we'll see what he brings to this team, man. I'm excited.
I'm really hoping I can make the trip out there this year. It's been 10 years since I've been to training camp, and it's been 10 years since I've been to a game.
Well, if you save it for any trip, let's save it for a DFU football trip. We all pick one game that you think you can make, and we all plan to go to that game. As David and Cody's at every home game, season ticket holders here. I'll have that luxury one day when I get closer to Atlanta, but I still have a 4-hour drive right now. So we just make the games we're able to make. But if you can find a date, David or Robert, of what game you want to attend, man, we all attend that game and have a DFU day out. You know what I mean?
Robert,
Robert, where are you located? I think it'd be a fun time.
I am in the northwest corner of Arkansas right now.
Arkansas, okay.
Yep.
I'm in up there.
Back here in Walmart country.
Hey. Got to fly him out one day, man.
I tell y'all, with this snow, everybody here, it's not like they knew how to drive to begin with, but they're as far as their driving skills and all that, their IQ sunk to the level of like a glass of watered down Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
I wasn't. They spent down Atlanta for rain and icy conditions, so Atlanta's shut down now.
Dude,
but I thought it was still.
What is it about Atlanta drivers, man? It rains here all the time. And for whatever reason, a little bit of precipitation shows up and everybody forgets how to drive, man. I'll tell you guys, I was driving on the way to work. It was Friday. And there was a slowdown, and I'm going, I wasn't quite running late, but, I was running a little behind. I was like, traffic just backed up. I'm going, man, somebody better be dead if there's a wreck. If you're going to make me this late for work. I finally get to where the slowdown is. There is a car off the road, in a ditch. Front of the car has hit a tree. Back wheels are completely off the ground. I was like, oh, shit. I was like, it's just raining. There's no ice. And I'm just like, yeah, that's about right.
Shout out to the great on YouTube with the comment says, "Go Falcons! O-lines are going to be insane this year. Bijan may rush for 3K." The great, hit that subscribe button, brother. If you're new to the channel, be sure to hashtag DFU so you can get in on this free raffle here, man. Free hoodie, Falcon throwback hoodie, a bobblehead, and a Falcon flag. We'll be giving 3 giveaways here, man, to all new subscribers and old subscribers. So be sure to subscribe and hashtag DFU to be entered in this raffle. Game is back on, guys, back in action, but I want to leave a comment or a question, and we'll start off with Robert. Does the Atlanta Falcons re-sign Kyle Pitts, yes or no, and why? Send it around.
I think he'll get the franchise tag. I think with, the past production before this year, I think that, it'll probably be, as far as, the cap hit and so forth, if he signed a long-term extension, I think it would probably, they're kind of skeptical. But, he really balled out, especially in the second half of this year. So I don't think they necessarily let him walk. I think they'll put the franchise tag on him. Yeah, it'll be a bigger cap hit for this year, but, 1 year he comes in, he puts up those numbers again. Then I say
big dog.
Something long-term after next year.
David, bounce that question down there to you, brother.
I got a little distracted. What was the question again?
We were speaking on, did the Atlanta Falcons re-sign Kyle Pitts this season?
Pitts.
If not, why? And why do they re-sign Kyle Pitts?
Well, yeah, I definitely think that Pitts, has a place in this offense. I don't think they're going to take any weapons away from Stefanski or Penix when he comes back. I think everything has to be status quo, and they keep the offense intact and add to it instead of subtracting from it.
The great brother, we got you subscribed and your hashtag DFU. I have your name on the list with 15 other people. I want to get to 20 people, so be sure to ring that bell so you know when we go live, because the giveaway could be this week or next week. So be sure to ring that bell so you know when we'll have our giveaway show. 3 lucky winners. All you have to do is hashtag DFU. We need about 6 more of those hashtag DFUs, and we'll get the raffle. If we get 6 more of this podcast, we'll do the giveaway Friday. And then we'll get your size, your email, or your address, or P.O. box, whatever you want it sent to. So be sure to ring the bell so you know when that giveaway is done here. Seahawks leading right now against the LA Rams, 10-7. I believe it is LA's ball. They are moving the ball right now. I think they're at around the 50-yard line. So I think this could be a close game, guys. This was the type of game we talked about it being, either a high-scoring or very, very close, low-score game. Right now, 10-7, LA trying to bounce back to either tie that or take the lead here against a big, big Seattle defense. David must have lagged out. I'm sure he'll be back later on in the podcast, guys.
Storm must be hitting over there pretty good.
Yeah. Here in a little bit, I'm probably going to step away to eat, and then I'll be right back, guys. So if y'all just want to keep it rolling while I'm going, if you read the comments out as they come up, just make sure you see them, acknowledge them. You won't be able to put them on the screen until I get back, but if y'all read it out, that'd be cool.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Let's see.
Let's see if I can get my game to catch up.
We're at 707 subscribers on YouTube, man. That's 4 new growers here as we went live tonight. So shout out to all the new subscribers, man. If you're tuning in now, if you're a Falcon fan or just an NFL fan in general, hit that subscribe button, man. We're on the road to 1K. We're at 707, guys. Hit that subscribe button. My God, the great said, hate to say it, got to let him go. If we can get a substantial free agent receiver for a weapon, we need blocking, and Pitts don't block. That's a great take there, the great. That is a great take about the Kevin Stefanski offense that could be ran here in Atlanta. What if you do find a tight end that's bigger and built to block? So, I mean, the options are tremendous for what the Falcons could do with Kyle Pitts. Anybody want to elaborate?
He blocks just as good as Jason Kelce. I'm not Travis Kelce. You know, different receiver tight ends are look forward to do different things. Okay,
big catch by Adams.
He's not a blocking tight end. You know, he's a receiving threat. He's a weapon. So I don't think that you have to look at him in traditional sense. Is he a capable blocker? Yes, but that's not. So,
David, do you think it's a situation where you run an offense with a fullback package, something the Falcons haven't done since Patrick DeMarco, but did very nicely when they played that play action offense in Atlanta, when they had that fullback that could give you the extra blocker that you needed? For me personally, I'm tired of seeing Charlie Warner come in motion across my screen every run.
I'm not saying, but that's your blocking tight end, though. So
that's what I'm saying. What if you go away from that blocking tight end and run that fullback scheme?
But I said that, you know, even the tight end, quote unquote, is always what they go to as an H-back now, which is a tight end that wears a number 47 that can catch the football. So, gone are the days of the what was the our best?
Obi Mihaly.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Gone are the days of those players right there. So, it's pretty much a tight end now that plays an H-back role that comes in as a bigger body that tries to block. So, the spread offense and, that's gone.
At number 3, Emanawari, man, Seattle Seahawks rookie with another big play here. I'm telling you guys, they found a diamond in the rough in the first round. I mean, we did too. We got 2 good players. I'm not hating. But this guy, I mean, that was a little bit of a tug. That should have probably been PI. But he has played some physical football this year. Eminawari. I hope I'm saying that right. 140 live viewers, man. Y'all hit that like button, subscribe, as we've gained 4 live viewers since the start of this show, man. We appreciate you guys. We got 1 new entry for the giveaway. If we could get 140 entries, man, we may could give away something even nicer. That would be dope. All 140 hashtag DFUs. And Marcus Lawrence with a big sack here. It's 4th down.
Ball come out.
Face mask that got missed. Stafford with a big face mask that got missed. His knee was down, so it's not a fumble. Look at this face mask, guys. Check this out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I turned his head almost around.
I mean, they snatched his neck around. No flag. They're going to go with a thicker kicker. The ball comes up. Knee was down. Money. It is 10-6 here as Seattle leads.
David Njoku is a free agent.
Oh,
from the Cleveland. So that
So is that a move that you make, David? If you're Stefanski and you know you have a guy that can run your scheme, do you make that cut of Kyle Pitts and grab the Njoku? If you're Kevin Stefanski, put the fan thing to the side. If you were Kevin Stefanski, how do you read that? You come to a new team. You have a Kyle Pitts that put up damn near 1,000 yards in receiving this year. He was like number 2 in all other aspect as far as tight ends. You have a Njoku that I don't know what his numbers were, so I'm not going to lie and say that I do. But if somebody wants to look that up, more power to him. But Njoku, I think, had a decent season in at least the past 3 years. He's had a decent season with Kevin Stefanski. As the coach.
Often injured, though, so just.
Is he often injured? What's his major injuries? I'm not a Cleveland fan. I don't keep up. If you're not a Falcon, it's hard for me to even tell you what your injury status is unless you're like a big time player. But
no, I'm just saying, this is the, you're playing fantasy football and you have him a weekend, you choose him and
he's out 5 weeks out of 10.
Yeah, he's out. So
yeah, I mean, that's something you have to factor into it as well. So if you're Kevin Stefanski, do you go ahead and franchise tag a Kyle Pitts and pay him next year? Or do you go with a guy that's ran your scheme for pretty much his whole career?
Let's see. He's got 33 this year. He had 33 receptions, which was tied for 125th. 293 yards, which was tied 122.
So it sounds like this guy was injured all last year.
4 touchdowns, was tied 60, and he averaged 8.9 yards a catch.
What was the year previous to that? Because there was one time Njoku was like one of the top tight ends.
Yeah, that was in 2023. 81 catches, 882, 10.9 yards average.
So he hasn't broke a K. He hasn't broke 1,000-yard season.
Okay, so
last year,
I'm signing Kyle Pitts. That's all you need to hear. He hasn't even busted a K. Kyle Pitts has done it, and almost did it this year.
Yeah, and this guy he's about 3 years older than Kyle. So
he started in 2017. He played 16, 4. Games played. So 4. Then he played 13, 16, 14, 16, 11, and 12.
The great said I'd be injured too if I had to work in Cleveland.
It seemed like he was always getting traction and then always end up with an injury. So that's what,
Don't need that problem in Atlanta. Don't need that problem. I think it's going to be definitely a topic we talk about, as the offseason goes on, as the rumors start flowing in, Kyle Pitts situation, the Drake London extension, all that mess that the Falcons could do this offseason.
Let's see. I missed multiple games.
All right, boys, I'm going to go grab some grub. I'll be right back. You guys got the show. Obviously, just read the comments out. I mean, I know y'all can't pop them up, but I'll be right back. Good.
Okay.
All right. Yep, we're good.
So I'm trying to see his.
Okay, we're back on 1st and 10 on Seattle 35. Darnold with a drop. Throws a dart to Jackson Saint in Jiggle. First down that looked like close to midfield.
Yep.
So that's
Both sides are getting away with major holding.
yeah.
You know, Tom Brady's sitting up there in the booth laughing because he
Well, yeah, I saw him.
Yeah,
I saw him. He's announcing the game.
Whoa, fumble. That was almost the break the Rams needed. Of course, it may help.
Yeah, they seemed like they were struggling a little bit. They needed a play. Let's see, can they stop the passing game? I think that's totally Donald.
Yep.
Just took his eye off the ball.
Yep.
Go back on. I'll see. I got a new comment there that says, new to the show. Let's see. What's this? Dag. Like I say, I don't have my glasses on. I can't see. I can see Dag. But question is, new to the show, what are your thoughts about next year? Does Kirk have to go?
The great Rendini. Oh, yeah, Kirk's gone. I think his contract number, I think they structured his contract to usher him out of town. I just think that, that 2027 cap hit would be way too much to pay when you got Drake and Bijan coming up with extensions and everything. So I think that, they have to let him go. At some point, it becomes a numbers game. And I think that, if you're going to try to keep these skilled players, that you have on the team, you're going to have to, take some of that money out the quarterback room. What you think, Rob?
The only way I see Kirk coming back is if, they release him before March 13th and then they bring him back on an entirely different contract. I don't know if it'll I don't know if we're locked into that 2027 cap hit or not with the current contract. I don't know if that would be null and void with a different contract, but that's the only way I really see Kirk staying, which, if that's the case, it could happen, but I don't see it. I think
I don't know the rules around that, so I can't speak on that.
But then again, that goes back to probably why, the GM search is taking so long. They're wanting to make sure they get somebody that understands that cap and how to maneuver it.
Yeah, they say that the salary cap is just a myth, but as we've seen with at some point, it comes, you kick the can down the road so long, and then it's going to catch up with you. So, is Kurt worth? You have to ask yourself, is Kurt worth that? Kicking the can down the road and hit that big cap hit, and basically got to reset the whole thing. When those numbers come to pass, when you keep pushing those extensions down the road, and it catches up with you before long.
Yep. It makes more sense. You're definitely going to want. Bijan's he's the face of the franchise right now. He's the generational talent. They got to do whatever they can to keep him here, and if that means letting Kirk go, so be it.
Yeah, I've seen some things that. So, do we let Bijan go for picks? Yeah, I never heard of something so crazy in my life. You just for some reason they don't want to see stars in Atlanta. You get a star player, whether it be baseball, basketball, football. For some reason they want to run your best players out of town, and I always think there's a better, cheaper route to go. But no, you trade Bijan, you pretty much trading away most of your fan base right now.
Yep. And that's one thing that I will give Arthur Blank credit for. He wants to win, and he's willing to sign the checks to keep talent here. I remember back after the 93 season when Rankin Smith let Dion walk to the 49ers.
Yeah.
And it's just always, and the Smith family, they were cheap, That's one of the reasons why they only had like 3 playoff appearances in the 25 years he owned the team.
All right, we're talking money and salary cap right now, but who are the favorite players that may end up being a cap casualty this offseason for us. You're going to have to save some money somewhere. And who are those players that, we're going to let go to be able to keep that money?
I hate to say it, but I think if anybody would be a cap casualty, it'd probably be Caden Ellis. I hope not, because I don't want that defense taken apart. But on the offensive side of the ball, I'd hate to lose Tyler, but he could get a nice payday somewhere. He'd be a starting back on just about any other team in the league.
Yeah, I think what did we say that his market value? What did we say?
2.6.
Yep.
If that's the case, we have to resign him. That's not starting running back money. But if he goes somewhere and get a substantial plate there, I'm paying 2.6 for Tyler. He don't leave Atlanta if that's the most that he can make somewhere else. He's an Atlanta Falcon next year. But when talking about Caden Ellis, I don't think that Caden Ellis, I think we got to pay him. I think probably gonna have to pay him right about $9 million to keep him. I think that's what his market value was, and I do think David Onyemata is on his way out of town.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think, and we already said Mooney cap hit was too big for him to stay in town. So
Mooney's is like 18.5, and for all the passes he dropped this year, I don't see that. I don't see us taking on that hit.
I think definitely, like, if you can get rid of Mooney, that's right there is, because I think you're right, Robert. I think it's like 18 something.
Mm-hmm.
That right there is your Caden Ellis and Tyler Algier money right there for what he's worth. And then, I don't know what David Onyemata's market would be, but I think he may be gone because of the cap. But man, I think those are definitely the two guys that you've got to find a way to keep in Atlanta some way, somehow, is Caden Ellis first and foremost, and then you got to find a way to keep Tyler here. I just hope if they do franchise tag Kyle, he doesn't try to be franchise tagged as a wide receiver. I want him franchise tagged as a tight end.
I'm going to throw some of these franchise, the free agent market values. So we'll go Kyle Pitts, 12 to 15 million with his market value. David Onyemata, 9 to 12. Leonard Floyd, 8 to 10. Caden Ellis, 9 to 10. Bradley Pinion, 2 to 3. Arnold Ebiketie, 3 to 5. And these are millions, of course. Troy Anderson, 3 to 5. The big number free agents are Ellis, Floyd, Onyemata, and Pitts. So any of those, are you letting go to save salary?
I'm not Onyemata walk and letting Troy Anderson walk too. I mean, and his thing is injury related, and it sucks for him and sucks for us. But business is business.
Yeah. So what would you save if you got rid of Onyemata, Mooney, Anderson, Troy Anderson, and so who was the big three that I was like, okay, I don't care if you're still around.
Floyd.
So
Leonard Floyd.
I want to keep Leonard Floyd. Leonard Floyd needs to stay here in Atlanta. So what would you save if Mooney, Onyemata, and Anderson are gone? What were their three?
What was that? Their 2025 salary: Troy Anderson 1.5, Caden Ellis 7.2, Leonard Floyd 10, David Onyemata 11.7, and Kyle Pitts 8.2.
Man, that's tough. I would say, because I think you got to keep Bradley Pinion. I think he does an excellent job. He's one of the bright spots. Every now and then he'll shake one, and I'm just like, well, come on now. But
can you replace Floyd's production with more reps from our rookies, Walker and Pierce? Can you replace his production that's $10 million? And you've got your up and coming stars playing that same position. Would you rather keep Arnold Ebiketie at a $3 million value or pay 8 to 10 for Leonard Floyd?
That's tough. I would say because I think Arnold Ebiketie is finally starting to show up. I still think he's got a lot to grow, but I feel like it feels like with Arnold Ebiketie, like each year he just kind of finds a way to get a little bit better and a little bit better. So man, I don't know. So I thought Leonard Floyd played pretty good for us too, but I mean, I would like to see Jalen Walker and James Pierce Jr. really take a permanent role in that defense. So I mean, if you had to let a Leonard Floyd go, am I going to be super hurt if Ebiketie and Pierce and Walker, really step up? No, not too much, but man, that's tough. I didn't know that Floyd was up. I forgot. Well, I forgot that he was up.
Oh. So, did you see the supposed to be a tweet or something from Kyle Pitts? Not Kyle Pitts, but Tyler Algiers' uncle that says that he probably played his last down in Atlanta.
I didn't see that.
I didn't see it.
Okay.
I hope not.
I hope Louis wrong.
Yeah.
3rd and 1 for the Rams. 16. Seattle 10. First down. Seattle 10. The Rams 6. 3:16 to go in the first half. Look like the Rams are pushing in the score.
Let's see. And I'm trying to get my.
Well, if Onyemata is let go, we're going to need. I mean, even if he does stay, I mean, we're going to need somebody to plug up the middle because I mean, we got shredded in the run game this year.
Oh yeah, definitely a space eater. Need a beta type defensive tackle.
Well, do you think that we do that in the draft or free agency?
Both, because I think that we got room. We got room for to add some people to that room. And I don't know.
I don't know.
We definitely got room.
I don't know what his market value would be, or how much he'd go against the cap. But if the Steelers don't keep Isaiah Loudermilk, I mean, he's a younger guy. But I think he would fit the role pretty nice. As far if we're going to bring in a veteran, I mean, he's just 28. He's still fairly young.
What's up, guys?
Welcome back.
Miss Sterling, what's going on? Appreciate the comments. Hit that like button.
You know what would have been great is if we had drafted T.J. Watt instead of Vic Beasley. Yeah, that would have fixed a big problem.
Yep.
But
I missed 10-6.
But like I said, we talk about defensive tackles. Rook. He came along. Some this year. So.
Did y'all get to Sterling's chat here about AK being a free agent this year?
Yeah, we were talking about all that.
Yeah, we're talking about all that. Yeah.
Cool. Shout out to Sterling for being here tonight. We got 150 live viewers between Twitter and YouTube, man. Y'all be sure to hit that subscribe button on Twitter and YouTube as we want to grow on both channels here. LA making a march, 2nd and 8. 2 minutes in the second quarter.
Who's that going to be on? Oh, 2-minute warning.
10-6.
If the Rams can get a touchdown here, that would be huge.
Oh, yeah. They get a touchdown there. Looking nice.
If they got
we're talking about the D line. Here go the names outside of David Onyemata. We have, of course, we got Rook, Brandon Dorless, Zach Harrison will be back, Laquel London. Kadavius Street. So can we afford to let David Onyemata go and give more snaps to Dorless and Root? So you got to find some money somewhere. So as much as I like Onyemata, I think it may be time to go a little more cheaper option than that $10 million cap hit that he.
What about the greats comment y'all get to about the Kirk Cousins thoughts about for next year? What did y'all say about that? I'm curious myself.
Don't see him staying unless the contract is unless they release him and bring him back on an entirely different contract. But the cap isn't my level of expertise. I don't know how that would work if we did give him a new contract. Would his numbers still count against the cap in 2027?
Yeah, Chase, what you missed while we were gone, we did talk about the market value of some of these free agents and everything that we have pending, and where do we save money at? And we went around went around the room and just everybody talked about the players that they think that we can save money, and we kind of hung up on David Onyemata. That's where we were kind of bouncing back and forth. To get rid of him to keep Caden Ellis, get rid of him and try to find some money for Tyler. I think that's where we were speaking on.
Yeah, if there's any chance you can re-sign Tyler Algier for 2.5 or whatever that number was, I think you have to jump on that. I think the Falcons absolutely have to jump on that because, maybe Stefanski could run this offense with two backs. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know a lot of Stefanski's history, but, does he have a background of using two backs?
Well, I know when Nick Chubb went down, Nick Chubb was the the bell cow before he got hurt. Then after it, he used I think Jerome Ford and Kareem Hunt.
Kareem Hunt was nice. That's right.
So that's where the two backs or that bell cow. So
that boy Bijan about to eat. 2nd and 8 here. Big play from Matt Stafford. He throws a touchdown pass.
Yes.
LA Rams on top now as they head into the halftime. Still a minute and some change left. Still a good bit of time left for Seattle to answer.
Touchdown Rams. Oh. You're a little ahead of us. Kyron Williams, good job.
I'm using it off a stream, a free source called Stream East. I just found it this year. It's pretty good. If you guys ever somewhere you don't have the game, streameast.app on Google gets you the game. I need a sponsor, Stream East. Thicker the kicker is up. It is good. 13-10.
Yeah. I'm going to take a little break, boys. I'll be right back.
All right, I'll. All right, Cody back in a minute.
Yeah. Come on,
chat. We're going to drop the link here. Give us your thoughts or opinions on whatever the Atlanta Falcons have done this offseason. What you think? How it's went? How it should have went? Just be respectful of the podcast, and we'll get you here. I'm gonna drop the link in the comment section. There we go. Link is in the comments. You want to hop on tonight, talking football or about this game. Got 154 live viewers, 148 on Twitter, 4 of those on YouTube, 1 on Facebook. Guys, be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube at Dirty Fanatics United. Hit that subscribe button, man. You can't miss us. You'll see it as soon as you type in Dirty Fanatics United. Will be the first one that pops up. Hit that subscribe button. We got 1 new entry tonight on the giveaway, so hashtag DFU to be entered in that raffle as well. Link is in the comment if you want to come on screen for a few minutes.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and throw the question out to you, chat, for you to go ahead and come on and give us your opinion on this question. A lot of us think that we're talking rebuild or just a reset for what the Falcons are going on. Do you think the Atlanta Falcons are closer than most people think? You agree with that, or do you think it's cap? Come on, hop on and ask that question for us, chat. Do you think the Falcons are a lot? do you think the Falcons are, just a couple pieces away, or do you think that this need to be a total rebuild? Come on and talk with us, chat. What do you
Yeah,
think about
because
that? Probably waiting for somebody to come.
I don't think it's a reset. I like a rebuild. I think you just if you can bring that scheme in year one. I'm not saying that because Stefanski can't do that. If you can bring that scheme in year one and initiate that the way you're supposed to play it, I think you have the talent to be in the playoffs. I'm not saying a Super Bowl first year, but I think you have the talent. Right now, we had the talent this year to make the playoffs. So I don't think it's a rebuild. A rebuild would be you don't have a receiver one, you don't have a star running back, you don't have a top 10 defense. So I don't think it's a rebuild. No, for sure.
Yeah.
It's a great topic
Going into the season, I would have thought that we were much closer to making the Super Bowl than New England Patriots, to tell you the truth. I thought the Patriots would have been one of those teams that, we were able to just, walk over, and we end up being a tough game that we, lost close. So that's, those are kind of things that make a break season. I think, maybe was it, a little bit of coaching, was it a little bit of injury? I think you do have a lot of luck to get through a season. And I think that, that middle of the season when, like I said, we lost Hughes, Diablo, and we end up having to play Clark Phillips on the outside, and then, going back and forth like that. I just kind of think that, those are the, those middle games of the season, kind of, set us on the bad path that, kind of derailed our season. And, we won't, and if that was the case, we wouldn't be here talking about Kevin, is Stefanski the right fit for us and everything. So, because, if Raheem wins 10 games, we don't make the change. So, a field goal here, field goal there, a missed assignment here, and we're still might still be playing now. Who knows?
David, speaking about playing now and teams that you beat, like the Patriots being 1 point away from winning that game, you did beat the LA Rams this year in a primetime game close to the end of the season. You did have the Seattle Seahawks in a close game up until halftime. David, could you give me the stats of when the Atlanta Falcons played the LA Rams? What did those stats look like? Because I think, don't get me wrong, the Falcons had a pretty nice night that night. Jesse Bates with a pick six, Xavier Watts with multiple interceptions. Offense went crazy as far as Bijan. Bijan really took that game and went just unlocked. Let's see. 39 for Seattle as they get ready to go from shotgun look, empty back set, Darnold in the backfield. LA is bringing the heat. Throws the ball, incomplete pass, 4th and 9. Rams 13-10, 1 minute and 40 seconds left in the second half. Rams could potentially go down there and put a field goal up right here, David, with 1 minute and 30-something seconds left.
Yeah. Okay, we got Bijan, 229 yard total offense, 151 rushing yards. Did break the Stafford single season scrimmage record game. The Rams had 3 turnovers. Was that the game winner by Zane? Zane had the game winner, 51-yard field goal. Rams had 363 total yards. We had 345. They had 3 turnovers. We had none. Trying to get to the individuals. Leonard Floyd with a sack. Diablo 10 tackles.
Peace. Even with a broke arm, Diablo's still leading in tackles.
David Seals, 37 yards receiving was the lead high in receptions.
That's crazy.
The game high in receptions.
Loaded that game.
Kirk Cousins, 13 for 20, 1 touchdown with a grand total of 126 yards passing. But a win is a win.
That's right. That's right. Sterling says Puka was kept in check that game. What did the defense look like as far as the Rams' offense production? Sterling also says, I think we are missing a few people. We need a good offensive play caller, and we will see if we have that now. The defense will stay the same. I hope we keep our DL coach. So I think if you keep anybody, Nate Ollie should definitely stay. I believe that's the coach you're speaking on right now, Nate Ollie. He has been a tremendous change for this Falcons defense as far as pressure rates. I think that Nate Ollie's resume in Atlanta speaks for itself. So I think if anybody you pertain him under Jeff Ulbrich, I think that decision ultimately would come down to Jeff Ulbrich. Like, do you want Nate Ollie? Do you
that game we
expect?
had 3 sacks, 3 interceptions. I had 2 by Xavier Watts, 1 by Jesse Bates. Dorless, Rook, and Leonard Floyd all had sacks. That's.
Did JPJ have a sack that game, or was it the game after that where JPJ breaks the rookie record or whatever?
The game after that, he didn't have a sack this game.
I got you. Almost halftime here, as the Seahawks are up 13-10. I believe they have to punt it back to LA now. With a minute 30 something on the clock here, LA could go up 2-point conversion game or 2-score conversion game here if they somehow score a touchdown or just kick the 3. They're up by 3 right now.
CJ Henderson, what you think about him? Can he revive his career? Can he survive his revive his career in Atlanta?
I think CJ Henderson could be a great backup in Atlanta. But I want it don't got to be a big name guy, but I want a proven cornerback across from AJ Terrell. And then when you have those scenarios where you have a tweaked ACL that week or a tweaked hamstring, a CJ Henderson playing behind an AJ Terrell, and I don't know, buddy from Cowboys that just got released from the Packers, a Diggs.
But why hadn't CJ stuck? He's 6'1", 205. The number 9 pick in the draft. So, there has to be some talent there. I just want to know why he had
to me, there had to be some kind of chemistry between Mike Hughes and Jeff Ulbrich because Mike Hughes going down is the only reason why CJ Henderson even touched the field, realistically. And then the fact that Kobe Bryant really wasn't playing up to par, CJ Henderson was the best option. So I think CJ Henderson, if he can prove that behind a Trevon Diggs or a AJ Terrell that he can be a dominant backup, I think you keep a CJ Henderson. Sterling Woods says that she would keep him as well. Sterling Woods is a guy. I don't know why I said she. I said I would keep him. CJ Henderson. Sterling, is he a starter or do you see it more as a backup role in Atlanta? David, your thoughts? CJ Henderson. I know you're a big CJ fan.
Well, yeah, if he gets a training camp and I'm just thinking he played good in Florida. I do remember him from Florida playing against Georgia, and he went high. He was a high pick in the draft. Right now his career would be called a bust, but CJ he has the talent. Maybe if he gets in and get a complete training camp and learn the system a little bit better, maybe. That might be something there. He can definitely keep around right now.
Do we see? I know this is totally different. This is a totally different position, but it just hit my mind, and it's year 2 now for Jeff Ulbrich. Do you keep Braylon Trice? I mean, you have no reason not to, obviously, as you don't take a cap hit under Braylon Trice. But does Braylon Trice get to make some noise this year in the Jeff Ulbrich scheme?
Like I said, it's a number game at some point. He's still on a rookie contract. We still got the rights for him for maybe. So he was a draft pick. So we got 4 years to make a decision. I think he'll be under $1 million, and you have to have those depth pieces. And I think that it's just
Seattle's defense is crazy, dude.
He's another Troy Anderson right now. The talent is supposed to be there, but he just hasn't been able to put it on the field. Me personally, I wouldn't mind seeing a cheap contract for Troy Anderson on the backup role. So because
cheap, like cheap as you can get cheap. Gotta be cheap to keep Troy Anderson, man. Like I am not a Troy hater. I'm not. I thought he was a great pickup. He was that sideline linebacker that we needed, a speedster outside of Caden Ellis because you had to rush Kalen at one point. So if you keep Troy on a cheap contract as a depth piece, I'm not against it. Sterling, I seen that you checked in with us here backstage, but it said your mic and your cam wasn't connected. If you get that situated, brother, we'll be more than glad to have you here on the podcast. So, Sterling, if you want to hit that link again, brother, please don't be shy to do so. He says, Troy has to go. He can't stay on the field. That's the only argument when it comes to Troy. And you talk to Falcon fans and fans around the league. Like, if you go to just say a Broncos fan, David, and you mention the name Troy Anderson.
Well, I just said we're looking at him in starter eyes, though. Would you rather see him on the field instead of who's out? What's the name of our favorite linebacker?
Bertrand.
Bertrand.
Yeah.
Would you rather see him on the sideline, Bertrand?
Keep that guardian cap on the sideline.
Yeah. So I would much rather take a flyer, get a get right year for Troy, instead of trotting Bertrand out there, for snaps. But that's just me.
Yeah, I agree. This offseason is going to be crazy. Like, there's so many people that's going to get cut, re-signed, new signings. I mean, you could even expect a big receiver free agent signing this year. Like, there's names like George Pickens in the mix. There's names like Tyreek Hill in the mix. I mean, there's also Brandon Ayuk out of San Francisco that's even floating around right now. So you look at these big name receivers in free agency, you may not have to draft a receiver in the second round. You can go that O-lineman that Kevin Stefanski has an eye for, David. If it's not receiver, if you go free agent receiver, right? If you go with a guy that's a proven receiver in the NFL that can play receiver 2 next to Drake London, do you still draft a guy in the second round, or do you find a different talent in the second round?
Or do you go, we talk about, field needs, or take the best talent on the field? I will go back to Terry Fontenot's approach that he feels needs in free agency, and he gets talent out the draft. But now we're thinking that, okay, we need to get away from that line of thinking, which I didn't think was a bad way to build a team. You go and you.
Well, they've always said draft picks is how you build your team. That's how you build the team for the future. Is your draft picks,
right? And that's taking positions or taking talent,
right?
So, it's a different approach that many people use, and like his approach has brought us a very talented roster, to Atlanta. But we just got to put the pieces together and go win football games now. So we'll see.
Seattle gets the ball back here as the Rams have stalled out. There's 54 seconds left. Rams lead 13-10 in the second quarter as the Seahawks have the ball. Trying to move down the field, David. And
they got all 3 timeouts.
Great catch by Naxton Jigba, dude. They got a star in the Jigba. He is definitely a top 5 receiver. Sterling says, are we going to get a GM who will kill it? Or who will it be? David said possibly Ian Cunningham. We've seen comments that say the Texans guy. We've heard Josh Williams at one point. The rumor was it was going to be Salah and Josh Williams. Obviously, that's not what happened. So I don't know, man. I think there's a lot of good names in the hat, and the Falcons are doing their due diligence on every single selection. So we'll see what happens. 2nd and 10, 44 seconds left here in the NFC Championship game. David, I can remember back when people used to win the AFC game and the NFC game, and they had like a big stage on the field. They held the trophy up that they won and all that mess. I didn't see that during the Patriots game.
They were on the field. I didn't pay attention to it. Maybe that's
I didn't.
After
what a catch on the Jigba, David. What a freaking catch right here. Takes a hit, but what a grab by Smith and the Jigba. That's crazy.
Mm.
We
He's a
kind
star.
of, up until the second half, we kind of kept him under wraps in the first half.
Mm.
Damn, boy. That boy went up and grabbed that thing. Darnold with a dot. Could Sam Darnold really win a Super Bowl with Seattle?
Man. And the answer is yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it could happen. He was close last year with the Vikings.
Yeah.
Clint
Don't move
Kubiak,
from the
man.
Vikings, letting him go. Yeah.
Clint Kubiak, easily the hottest coach candidate right now available. 37-second left in the half. They are in field goal range to tie this thing up, David, before halftime. This is that divisional game that Cody talked about.
With 2 timeouts, yeah.
Yep.
Well, it hadn't been the defensive struggle he thought was going to be. They're putting up points in this game.
Yeah, they are. When it comes to the Patriots, I think what they play better at is defense. Overall, when it comes to that team, I think they're a better defensive team as far as they are electric on offense. Super Bowl is where is the Super Bowl? That's a good question, dude. I think it's at the 49ers Stadium.
Oh, 49ers.
Yeah. I could be wrong on that. Chat, where is the Super Bowl at this year? I think it's 49ers. David, I was thinking, maybe history could repeat itself and Denver make the Super Bowl. They did play their last Super Bowl in the 49ers Stadium. I was like, history repeats itself the year after Falcons go to the Super Bowl. So, if I'm not mistaken, it is at the 49ers. That would have been the same stadium that Denver played in.
Yeah, Levi Stadium. I just don't want to see a snow game like we saw in the Denver game.
Yeah. Deshaun Stribling, receiver from Ole Miss. Have y'all heard anything about him? I'm not gonna lie to you, dog. I haven't dove in on candidates yet when it comes to. I'm really waiting to see what the Falcons do free agents wise, so I can kind of get a guess on what I think they draft. So when that comes around, that's when I'll do some digging. But I'll definitely look at the name Deshaun Stribling from receiver from Ole Miss. Have you heard anything about that, Cap?
No, I'm just trying to think about who hurt Georgia in that game.
Oh yeah,
right.
Right.
All I can think is Trinidad Chambliss. That's the only name I know from.
So David, that's a good name, bro. Like say you haven't figured out the quarterback position. Like, is that a name you even consider?
Can we invest in a project that early? We already don't have a first. He would probably have. How soon would we have to choose him? Would it be, what round is he slated to go? I see he's still fighting to play college football. So
supposedly it was declined.
Yeah,
touchdown. Damn. That boy is crazy with it.
Was it in Jackson?
Yeah.
Man, got routed.
That boy got routed for sure. The Jigga boy. That boy. Them Ohio State receivers are something different, David.
Yeah. Really.
Man.
They're running the league right now.
Yeah. Cody, what's going on, man? Seattle just went on top before halftime. LA was leading 13-10. Seattle with a touchdown to Jackson, the Jigba. It is now 17-13, 20 seconds left in the first half. Seattle.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one, boys. It's definitely going to go down.
So, Cody, do you think we were talking a little bit about the opponent that we know is in the Super Bowl, the Patriots? Do you think they're more of an offensive team, or do you think they're more of a defensive team? Do you think, like Seattle's offense could just go in there and somehow find a way to put up points? It's over with for the Patriots, or are they just like a balanced team that you think is going to put up a fight?
Man, to be honest with you, I haven't watched, other than our game really against the Patriots. I felt like they were. I don't want to say that they were really all that defensive because I feel like we worked them pretty good, but except for the missed field goal. But honestly, man, the way this Seattle team's playing as tough as they're playing, I don't really know that it matters how good the Patriots are on offense or defense. This Seahawks team's tough. Because even as offensive as they are, I mean, a lot of the way that they're playing defense, I mean, I'm not going to say that they are the Legion of Boom, but they're right. They're good. I mean, they're just
pretty good.
So.
Yeah, they
7 catches, 115 yards.
Yeah, Jackson
from
Jigba, Ohio State receivers. Is there any Ohio State receiver coming out in the second round? That's what I want to know.
Mm-hmm.
That's right, man. Chat, hit that link, guys. We got 164 live viewers, man. Hit the link. Let us know what you think about this game. Let us know what you think about the Falcons, how they stand right now heading into the offseason. Sterling, I seen you in the lobby, brother. It just wouldn't let me click on you because the camera wasn't on. Please hit that link, guys. Let's get you here. We want to hear y'all's opinion and what you think. So, I mean, y'all listen to us all the time. Let us listen to you for a little bit. The crowd is rowdy in Seattle, guys.
All right. Well, I'm going to hop off and come back on since you all are back. I'm going to go grab a quick bite and hop back on in the field, okay?
All right, bro.
I want to say, yeah, that's one thing LA can't let happen, man. They gotta keep that crowd out of it, because if that Seattle team starts rocking and rolling and that fan base gets involved, they're going to have issues.
Yep. 8 seconds left. They got the thicker kicker over here warming up on the sideline. Do you think they'll try a crazy field goal here? I mean, they're nowhere near field goal range, I don't think.
No, probably not.
They got 8 seconds left to try to get to at least a 50. I mean, is 50 reasonable to try at least?
Yeah, you might as well give it a shot. I honestly don't know why more teams don't
zero
do that.
timeouts. You got 8 seconds. Because really, is the risk higher than the award? Because if you do throw a pick six right there in that predicament before a halftime when it's only a 4-point game. See what I'm saying? Like, is the risk higher than the award in that scenario?
For my money, like, I mean, I get that, you don't want to pick six or you don't want anything stupid to happen, like, obviously.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the pick six isn't one of those things that happens. I think it's one thing that you should go in and be like, hey, we're going to do this. But so don't run anything to where your guys are so deep down, to where you don't have a guy back there,
right, like a check,
to get a guy, something, something that you can, play situationally. So I don't know why more teams don't take shots like that.
8 seconds left, man. We'll see what happens. Robert, do you think LA takes a shot here and tries to get in field goal range and gives the thicker kicker a chance? It's a 4-point game. They'll be down by a point if they make that field goal. David, your thoughts? I mean, Robert, I don't know why I keep saying David.
No, if they can get like within the 60 to 65 yard range, I say give him a shot.
Stafford's rolling out. He's got 2 seconds. They're going to run the clock out. He was down. Seattle's like running a fumble back or something, but
I think he was down.
Yeah,
they're waving it off.
That'll be the end of the half as Seattle goes into the half 17-13 with a great defensive performance so far from Seattle. Great defensive
touchdown there before the half. That was huge for them.
That Clint Kubiak resume is getting hot, Falcon fans. That thing is burning up right now. If he makes the Super Bowl, man, oh man, how the Atlanta Falcons should have waited for Clint Kubiak. I can see it now all over Facebook.
Yep. Well,
they wasted another pick on a has-been coach.
I would say there's 2 topics that I'm already sick of seeing is, the Clint Kubiak thing with, about not waiting, and I'm sick and tired of hearing about how he treated Sador Sanders. I'm so over those conversations already, and where he's been the coach for a week. It's just like I'm over those conversations already.
Well, I mean, are y'all over the fact that the GM thing has been drug out so far, like so long?
No, I'm not so upset about the GM thing. Like, I think my thing is, like, with that is, like, honestly, like, I think people get this idea that you've got to have a GM before your coach, but your coach doesn't work for your GM, and your GM doesn't work for your coach. They're kind of on an equal playing field. So I think what they're really doing is they're just really trying to find the guy that's absolutely going to, again, we're talking about a vision. This team hasn't had an identity or a vision in what feels like, since 2017, honestly. Just been a lot of mixing up and a lot of hiring and firing and stuff like that. So I think they're really taking their time to make sure that everybody is on the same page and lined up the same, so we can have that consistency that we've lacked, for the past 8 years.
Robert,
So
Robert, question for you, and this is kind of off topic. Sort of, but it's a question I got brought up earlier. I've been meaning to ask it throughout the podcast, and it just hit my mind. Does Kevin Stefanski buy into what Michael Penix has on tape in Atlanta? Chat, get active. It's a great question.
I think so. It's, obviously a scheme is going to be run first, and it's going to be heavy run. But you guys remember the opening day game against Tampa? Penix, took off and got us in the end zone with his legs.
Yep.
And no, he's not that mobile. I'm not going to compare him to Michael Vick by any means, but he brings that dynamic that I think that that Stefanski hasn't had since
Baker.
Since Baker, yeah, exactly.
My only worry is when we talk about having that another elusive thing in your backpack as you play starting quarterback for Atlanta Falcons. Can Penix be confident enough that he can unlock that after the injuries that he's had? First one to that leg, slight tear to the ACL. It said it was partially tore or whatever. So that's my question to you, Cody. I'll ask you now. Does Kevin Stefanski buy in to what Michael Penix has brought to the Atlanta Falcons, or is Stefanski where we get through this season and if we round up with a good draft pick, we draft the quarterback in next year's draft class?
No, I think he has to be lined up with what Michael Penix is bringing. I think because Matt believes in Michael Penix. He's come out and said as much. I think that Arthur Blank has come out and said that he believes in Michael Penix. I would say, we even talked to Mike Johnson. I asked the question, to Mike, if Michael Penix, draft had anything to do with Raw and Terry's firing, and Mike said no. Arthur would definitely have to sign off on something like that, after Kirk Cousins came in for the contract that he did. So I think that's probably why Stefanski, again, was probably hired, was because, Matt's going, hey, this is our guy. Arthur Blank's going, hey, this is our guy. So, and one of the positive things I took out of it too, I think we were talking about it earlier in the podcast, that Stefanski, for all the people that want to talk about how dirty he did Shador and his quarterbacks, it sounds like Stefanski was going after practice, having one-on-one sessions with these guys.
Yeah.
So
yeah, also reported this week.
Yeah. So I'm sure he's on board with the Michael Penix thing. And I think he kind of has to be, because again, I don't think that we're trying to rebuild or, redo anything. We're retooling. And I think Michael Penix is definitely part of that plan.
I really hope so, because you've got to get that position right. We've seen it years and years here in Atlanta. If you don't have a good quarterback, you're not going to make it far in the NFL. So that is a position that the Falcons have to hit on and be correct with that position, because personally, guys, I'm tired of losing. I'm ready to be in these playoff games. I'm ready to be sitting here talking about the Falcons, not what could have been or what could be. So I need them to hit that position on the head, and no matter who that is. If they're winning games in Atlanta, then let's make the right decision when it comes to the quarterback. Sterling Wood says, my question is, who is getting the scouting department together for free agency or the draft? That's kind of where I'm at with it too, Sterling. Like, I'm ready to get the GM here so we can start looking at these free agent picks. Like, we're a game away from the Super Bowl. I'm ready for the Falcons to select their GM. Let's get to work. Let's find a plan. Let's get the goal for what the Falcons need to be heading into 2026, and let's start initiating that goal early. That's why kind of not fed up, but kind of ready for the GM hire because for one, it gives us content to talk about. For two, we really need to really get to that plan and start addressing that because these Super Bowl teams, these guys playing right now, you think they don't know what their identity is going into OTAs?
Right.
Yeah.
When a team can establish identity early, is a team that'll make it deep.
Yep.
Well, and I think that kind of, I hate to keep harping on, Matt Ryan, but again, I think that's kind of the good thing about having Matt Ryan around, as your president of football. Well, you're absent a GM, you've got Matt Ryan that can fit that role and do the things that he, that to steer the team in that direction without a GM and find a guy that can be like, where Matt can sit down and be like, look, this is kind of in the direction that we're headed. And this is, the vision we've got. And this is what I've been working on. And this is what I see. And this is, whatever. And that GM just comes in and steps up and starts taking over that spot after Matt gets all of his stuff, said and done. And then Matt can kind of dial back, come back and overwatch everything again. So that's why I'm not too worried about the GM thing. But, to your point, Chase, I want him to hurry up and get a GM too, because it's like, man, I just want to see this football team really start to build and start, building quick.
Yeah. Robert, coming to you real quick. How important it is for the Falcons to just go ahead and make this GM hire? Or is it a situation where like, no, waiting and finding the right guy is the direct way to do this hire, Robert?
Well, to Cody's point, we've got a guy in the president of football office right now that is familiar with the organization. And being here as a player, Matt has seen not just the successes, but he's seen the failures. So he's learned, and I think he's bringing that mindset in with him. Is there a sense of urgency to get it done? Yeah, because of that reason. I mean, we've got to get players scouted. We got to figure out who we're going to be targeting in free agency. We're going to have to figure out who we're, going to look at in the draft. But at the same time, he wants to get past the failures from years gone by. I'm not too worried about the speed of it, but yeah, there's got to be some
trying to pull up the video of the Ryan giving Stefanski the tour.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
I may be lagging here a little bit, guys. Sorry apologize for the delay. I'm trying to pull up the video on Facebook of the Stefanski and Matt Ryan escort throughout the Flowery Branch facility. I'm going to play that live here for the viewers and for us to watch it because I think there's some key moments that Falcon fans kind of overlook, but I really called on to when the Falcons were showing the video and released the video. There's one scene where Matt Ryan walks into the room and tells Stefanski where his player meetings room is at, yada, yada, yada. And he's like, and that right there is where you'll stand. And Matt Ryan's like, nah, I won't be here. Like, I won't be in your player meetings. Like, this is your team. Like, I think that speaks volumes to what, what Matty Ice's role is here in Atlanta and how he is a commanding leader and what his role truly will be here in Atlanta. So I just want to pull it up and just I catch on to key moments like that. And it just, to me, it feels like, Matt Ryan has found this head coach. That's who he wants here. And he trusts this coach, and he will free willingly let this coach and this GM figure out who they want to bring here to Atlanta. That's my thoughts on it. Give me a second if I can pull this video up.
Yeah,
is the game back on yet or still halftime?
No, it's still halftime. I would say. And I think that's a good thing about Matt, too, is that, this is something that we've brought up is that, Matt's humility to where he's not like, hey, I'm running this show and, you're just a puppet that I pull in the strings. He's going like, look, we hired you and I, hired you to come in and do a job. I'm not doing your job. You're doing your job. And my job is to, bring, wisdom and, to oversee and to guide the best that I can, but I'm not doing your job. And I think that's good to shows that Matt's not going to overstep or he's not going to be over the top and it be his way or the highway that he's telling him like, look, we brought you here to do a job. This is my job and this is your job. So, I'm not going to be here for, your job.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I think that that's really what
Yep.
Mr. Blank really wanted to do in the first place. And, you know, you do have to have a bit of an attitude to play in the National Football League. But, you know, to your point, Cody, Matt is one of the most humble guys that there is out there. And, you know, just that, I think that was really what was needed. And of course, we don't know what goes on in the rooms at Flowery Branch or in the locker rooms at the stadium. But, you know, when Raheem coached at Tampa, you know, 3 years, he had a 17-31 record. And one thing that was always talked about by their local media and by the fans was, you know, he let his ego get in the way. And I don't think he really learned any lessons in humility when he was working under McVay with the Rams. Just, I still think that was probably, and I still think that that's what led to the failures.
Right. Well, and before you play the
Guys,
video,
let me know
Chris, I
if
was
you can
gonna
hear the
say,
audio.
before you played, I was going to say, and how much of a breath of fresh air does that have to be for Stefanski too? Because you know that the top of that organization was all in his business, and I think that's one of the reasons that he, you know, was lucky that he had success, you know, over there. But then it also shows, I think, why he struggled those last 2 years, because the front office was just too involved in his what he was trying to get done on the football field. And so, I mean, if I'm Stefanski coming from Cleveland, knowing that my owner was constantly meddling and my front office was constantly meddling, and then I come to Atlanta and Matt's like, "Hey, I'm not meddling with your stuff. This is yours. You're in control here." You know how nice that would be to have. It's a, you know, so that's got to make him feel comfortable and make him feel like, hey, this is really my team to run at this point. So I think I just think that's great, you know, for Coach Stefanski too.
And
get in there. Am I ready? Let's take a sore. Great to see you. I'm sweating. Yeah, that's all right. Oh yeah, we asked the players. Anyone? Yeah. No, I won't. I won't. Yes, be awesome to start on. And I'm gonna shoot. Call ring him on it. Yeah, ring up. How was this? This is was it last year? It's good to see you. A bunch of rubber bands keeping together. Some Scotch tape. That's great. All right, so where do players with heart connect? Hi, buddy. 70 fired? I'm a magnet guy. Okay, cool. Great to see you. I love it. Contracts there. You're ready to drop and stuff on. Get in there. I'm ready.
There's another video somewhere that's longer. I'll see if I can't find it. Like they actually talked for a minute, but I have to find it here in a second. But I mean, you guys seen where he was like, "Nah, I won't be in here," and Stefanski's like, "Yeah, he will be. Like he'll be here."
one thing in that video, I mean, it didn't show in that particular one, but in the longer version, when Matt took him into the equipment room and introduced him to,
I just found the longer version.
Okay, yeah, we'll go ahead and play it.
Let's see. Let's see if let me see. I gotta get a faster laptop, guys.
I was gonna say, man, I would trade my house for the Falcons locker room.
Oh yeah,
That place is so nice.
All right, you ready? Let's get in there.
Yeah, am I ready?
Let's soar.
Am I allowed to curse?
Whatever you want.
Let's go.
yeah.
Got it. Yeah. Rick, one of us has to shave.
I was just told that.
Yeah. Rocks, paper, scissors.
How about instead of you two shaving, make Matt grow a beard?
I'm sweating. Yeah, that's all right.
I'll sweat. Yeah, appreciate it. So they go.
Good. Good. Ready to roll?
Have you been in this building yet?
Never.
Have you walked through?
Never. Getting the
Walked
Nick
through.
tour.
Yeah.
I'll catch you in a little bit.
Yeah.
You around
You
for a
upstairs?
little bit?
I am. I'm just
Okay.
going to walk for a little bit. You just text me when we're
Okay.
done for a second.
Thanks, Brick.
So, team meeting.
Okay, great.
This is team meeting.
Love it.
It's not. This has been here forever.
Yeah.
So,
Perfect.
I was front right seat
I know you were.
for a long time.
Front of the class.
Front right seat, but I won't be sitting there.
You'll be standing right there,
Yeah,
probably.
no, I won't. So
I love
it's
it.
your turn, but research back here. Carl, who was just with Rick, is
Okay.
at the head of that.
Okay.
Video,
Love it.
that's Carl
Hey,
right there.
what's going on?
Video director.
Love it.
Go ahead.
I love you guys. I love you guys. I have a hard drive for you guys.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Good to meet you. Pleasure to meet you.
I've been talking with Ricky and Rob over there.
Great. Yeah. I love it.
Okay. Weight room
This is awesome.
opens.
Oh,
the
yeah.
practice fields
Love
are
it.
right out back. So this is all brand new. None of this was here when I was here.
Very, very nice.
Okay. But that'll move that around.
Sweet. Sweet.
Starting
Yeah. This is cool.
practice, the field preparation.
So 3 fields?
3 fields during training camp.
Uh-huh.
They'll run 2 fields this way,
Yeah, so they flip it.
and they flip the grass. It's-
Okay. Nice. Really nice. They must love this. Oh, the ping pong table. Yeah. It's cool.
Equipment room, we got Joey.
All right. These are my guys. So anything I touch, I can keep, right? Like sticky fingers? Jimmy, I'm Kevin. Pleasure to meet you. Steve, good to meet you. Kevin. Awesome. Good to meet you.
Brandon.
B. Ruth.
Yes, this is.
I know B. Ruth.
I think it's maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Was he a prima donna? Was he in here all the time?
No,
He was
they
playing?
are.
I only got 1 year with this
Oh,
guy. I
yeah.
was blessed and cursed to only have him for a year.
Use a bunch of rubber bands to keep them together. Scotch tape.
He didn't need me. He had his
I
routine.
wasn't a big training room guy.
Oh, this is cool.
Awesome.
This is very cool.
Are we going to go to the studio too? It's the best. I was there my last year. It's nice.
Got it. Josh is here.
Josh is right there. He's
Okay.
working. He's one of the only ones that's working.
Okay.
This is
The main stairwell. Got
This
it.
is where you came.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Come up.
Yep. Okay, cool. Great. I love it. Let's get to work, man.
And then you can go get changed.
Yeah, I need to put some Falcon stuff on. It's great. Nice. Right?
Player acquisition room.
There you go. Player acquisition cycle.
That's it. Be good.
Oh man, I'm ready to see what they can bring to Atlanta, dude. Ready to
We'll
get
see.
this new era started with this new coaching staff.
What I love about that is, as he's walking through there at the end of the video, he goes, "I need to get changed and I need to go put on Falcon stuff." To me, that's huge. That tells you that, hey, I'm ready to be a Falcon and I'm ready. I'm ready to lead this team. Where's my Falcon gear? I was saying, by the way, I want to know where Matt Ryan got that jacket. I like that jacket. He's wearing that pullover.
Yep.
I might have to find one of those.
The thing that really caught my attention, what I really liked was, when Matt was
Dude,
introduced.
look behind you. Look behind you.
What happened?
A big blow for LA, dude.
Oh crap!
Oh,
Oh, wow.
Oh man, that's some Atlanta shit right there, boys.
Yep. Oh,
Third
McKay's not happy.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Great
But-
field position
Yeah,
for Seattle.
yeah. If they cash in here, if they get a touchdown,
It could be over with.
it could be over. But
Did my early switch count? Oh,
Shout out to all 170 viewers watching live right now, man. We appreciate you guys. Give us a subscribe over on YouTube at Dirty Fanatics United. Also, hashtag DFU to enter the free raffle here. That's where you can find us at on YouTube. You can find us on Facebook and obviously on Twitter at Dirty Fanatics United. 170 live viewers, man. Appreciate y'all.
But back to the video, the thing that I really
Oh my. Oh my. Oh my.
I'm a few seconds behind y'all. Let's see what happened.
Oh my.
Yep.
LA's got to go get 7 here.
Yeah, no question.
Got to go get 7 here.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the defense did their part and stopped them, and then that poor kid feels terrible.
Yeah, that's a huge 14-point swing there.
Yeah, definitely.
See, but that's stuff that we've
Momentum
got.
breaker right there, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, he hit him with that double move.
Third phase of the game. Special teams.
Seattle hot once again after halftime. Flashbacks, anyone? They whooped our ass after halftime, fellas.
Dude, this was me at the stadium after halftime. The whole way. Just, I can't believe
what was it? A big kick return after the half that kind of took.
It was a fumble.
Yeah,
Didn't we fumble? No, he took one to the house.
He took one to the house. Yeah.
Yeah. Special teams.
Yep. Special teams, special play, special players. You know what they say?
Exactly.
Special teams make special plays. I'll say I don't know if y'all watched Blue Mountain State or did when it was on. They talked about special teams making special plays.
Mm-hmm.
I got that saying from Sketch, the gamer Sketch.
Oh, is he the one that plays with is that the guy that plays Madden?
Yeah. With the glasses.
Yeah.
Guys, I'll probably cover the rest of the third, and then I'll probably hang it up for tonight. I got to get up in the morning. Y'all want to just run the rest of the third, and then we'll call it a podcast?
We'll call it a podcast.
That'll be fine.
Well, say you still have to go in regular time, or they delay your opening?
What's that?
I'll say I got delayed till 12 o'clock, so I'm just wishing they'd call. Man, it's going into work at 12 o'clock.
Oh, because of the storm. Right.
Yeah, I'm like, you might as well just call it, because by the time we all get there at 12, get up and running, real good, it'll be 1 o'clock, and then it's like that leaves so
I'll be in a cold barkyard at 7 o'clock in the morning, ready to go at it. Life as a blue collar.
Well, y'all are going to hate me because I'm still going to be in the bed in the morning. I've still got another week of medical leave.
Heck yeah, live it up, Robert. Live it up.
Well, it's not like that, anything can be done in the snow. I mean, can't spray for any bugs, can't granulate any yards. Nobody's going to be running tomorrow. So
yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Get you a few more what they like to call beauty hours of days off, because you feel brand new when you go back to work.
Yeah, because they're going to run me into the ground as soon as I get back.
Oh yeah.
That'll be my punishment.
Your
Hit that
reward.
subscribe button, guys. We're gonna sit with you through the next quarter here of football, and then we're gonna call it a night here at DFU. Seattle just scored on a big turnover. I did say before the game, the team with the least amount of mistakes will win this game. LA with the first mistake of the game here with a fumble kickoff, as Seattle did score 7 off of that.
Yeah, Puka and Matt gotta get it going.
Well, last time they played, the Rams were up by 16 and blew it. So, I mean, anything can happen still.
Yeah.
But Seattle's well coached and they're fired up. I don't see them letting this slip away.
Yeah.
The 12s are going crazy.
Yes,
Man, I don't know. It's one of those things like, it's a division game, man. Like, that's just one of those things is you just never know. I think that's what makes this game interesting, is that, these teams play twice a year and you're playing your third time. And it's just like
to make it to the Super Bowl. That's crazy.
Well, now that was just an elementary route.
Good throw by Matt Stafford there. Now, see, if the LA Rams go down here and put 7 up, that makes that whole turnover drive feel like a lot less damning. Like if LA goes and puts up 7 right here, which they just stretched the field really big in one play.
Yep.
And that's how you get back on the right track. Defense comes out, gets a stop, then you're right back in the game. If I had to ask any quarterback in the NFL to do it, Matthew Stafford's the guy I'd ask.
Yep.
Here we go. 1st and 10, 11 minutes in the third. Blake Corum, that guy was a monster in college in Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
That boy was a dog. Chat, where does Sean McDermott land in this coaching carousel? Where does Sean go?
I saw today he was going to take a year off.
Is he going to take the year off?
Well, you never can tell, what's real from.
Yeah, that's right. That's
right.
right.
Stuff, but he said I did see an article say that he's leaning towards taking a year off.
Stafford with a deep pass. Oh my! At Adams, 2 plays, guys. That's 2 plays, and they're in the red zone.
You guys want to hear something crazy? So, the Falcons every year put out like every touchdown or every sack.
Yep.
So last year they did our 24 every sack that we had video. That video was 5 minutes and 44 seconds. Wow. This year's was 22 minutes and 34 seconds.
Wow.
That is a massive difference.
Big jump. Stafford looking for a touchdown pass. He gets it up. Is it a touchdown? Is it not?
Looks to me like
yes, it is. Touchdown for LA. I wanted to wait so you guys could see it before I announced it. Hey. Stafford, man. What a drive there by Matthew Stafford. Making it look easy, that drive, guys. That's 3 here. They're going to go for it here? They're not taking their points?
No.
I take my points right here, man. You're pulling a Sean Payton. They're taking it. They're taking the points.
Yeah, that's too early to go for 2.
Yep.
Point is good. 24-20 is the NFC Championship game right now in the third quarter. This is going to be a nail biter, guys.
I like their kicker. He reminds me of myself before I had the surgery.
The old kicker.
Kicker.
Man, I just wish it was the Falcons playing right now, boys.
Oh, man.
I wouldn't be on this. I'd be freaking turned up in the living room right now.
We'll be back. Our time's coming.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's coming. Just got to get it. I'm tired of waiting. I'm ready. Feeding for it.
Well, I get the frustrations of the fan base, but, a lot of the fans nowadays, they wouldn't have survived the 80s.
No.
There's no way. I mean, after Lehman Bennett was fired and Steve Bartkowski was sent packing, it was some lean times. I'd make the trip down there, Old Fulton County Stadium, maybe have like 2,000 people in it.
Sheesh.
Yeah, it's lean time. Yep. And
I actually moved into the area during the Georgia Dome, so I didn't get many games. I didn't get any games in Fulton County Stadium. I moved to Atlanta in '91, so I was the Georgia Dome era when I really started. Then I moved away from 1999 until 20. Then I got back up here in 2015, and then that's when I been going to every game pretty much since then. So.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I'm still yet. I got to get out there.
Oh.
2 things. Number 1, I got to go see another Falcons game. Number 2, I got to swing by the varsity and get some of those.
Question, because this would really determine if I bought season tickets this year. If there's a game I can't make, how difficult is it for me to sell that ticket to a Falcon fan?
It's not. I've never sold my ticket, so I couldn't tell you.
There's going to be games where my work schedule just isn't going to allow it. So
I know that they have a buyback program for most of the tickets. I don't know.
I think selling to a Falcon fan is better than just leaving an empty seat.
Yeah.
Like, if I know they're a Falcon fan, I'll sell them the ticket.
Stub, I know you can either sell them. I think you can sell them back to the Falcons, or you can. I mean, you can obviously do Ticketmaster, put them up on Ticketmaster too.
Hey,
but
like they're showing on TV right now that restaurant where they have the big screen where you eat or whatever, and it's like you're in the end zone. I read somewhere that was coming. Yeah, I read somewhere that was coming to Atlanta.
Maldives?
No, the big screen. It's a restaurant. It's like a big screen, and the view of it's like you're in the end zone during the restaurant while you're eating. It's like they just showed it on TV not long ago, but I read it was coming to Atlanta. It's like a big sports bar type deal.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing that, something like that for a away game. But yeah, that sounds
yeah, like a away game only. That's the only time I would go to it, but it'll be dope.
Is that something like the Spear in Vegas? Or something
sort of
like
that's how the screen's set up, and you sit there like on a pitch, and the way the camera angle looks, it looks like you're standing in the end zone.
That'd be
pretty
crazy.
badass. Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Be cool.
I have to find
as soon as you find the name of it, as soon as you find the name of that, let me know.
I will.
That'd be something I would look into.
I would definitely be visiting if it comes to Atlanta.
Yeah.
You said it's a restaurant?
This place is
a sports bar.
Yeah, it's like a sports bar type deal.
And their O-line's done a pretty good job of keeping Verse and Young in place.
Yeah, a name that hasn't been announced a lot tonight, Jared Verse. Jared Verse is number 8, correct?
Yep.
Standing up at the end of the line there.
Yep.
Came from Florida State.
Is it the COSM? COSM? COSM?
Maybe. I can't remember the name of it. I think my wife was reading an article about it, and I mentioned that I seen a video of it because they're all the time showing it on ESPN, NFL Network. Like they'll show like what game that's viewing that day, and they were showing the Ohio State game versus Michigan, and it looked like those guys were at the game in the end zone. It was pretty badass.
Yeah,
just right here.
That probably says it. COSM coming soon.
Yeah, I believe that's it.
Well, they're probably gonna put that down in the Gulch, that area that they're renovating now. It's probably.
So kind of, I guess that's what you're talking about, live sports.
Yeah. It's gonna have like a big screen, and it'll cover like a whole wall, and it'll be like you're in there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. So they're showing like all the
the LED
87 foot everything.
Boy, we gonna be up in there, dude. DFU has got to have a guys' night at the damn. What's it called? The what?
COSM.
At the catch me at the COSM down in Atlanta. Me and the crew at the COSM. That's where I'll be at.
I'll say it looks like it's gonna be. They're showing mocks of it. It looks like. It almost looks like it's gonna be somewhere by the Georgia World Congress Center, but
that'll be right by the stadium, correct?
No, they had a big complex.
They got to get all this in. It's like them hotels. They're getting all this in for the Super Bowl. Like they're trying to get all this new shit for the Super Bowl. These hotels that you have right outside the stadium now, like right on the main highway, the new one.
Yeah,
like all this.
I think all that started for the World Cup, and I think everything else is yeah.
Yep.
Well,
when does it say that it's expected to be in Atlanta, Cody?
Just says 2026. Yeah.
That's this year, boys. We got to go.
Yeah.
Probably gonna have to get we're probably have to reserve a seat. It's probably gonna be packed.
Well, I mean, something like that will be. I mean, it's going to be a huge draw anyway. But if the Falcons can, finally get it turned around, the Braves are still going to be good. The Bulldogs are still going to be good. If the Falcons and the Hawks can, start, getting their heads out of their butts and, going in the right direction.
Yeah, that'd probably be a big ticket for if the Falcons make a away playoff game or something like that. That's how crazy that place would be up in there.
Yeah. I hope the Falcons do if the Falcons have to play an away playoff game next year, I hope they hold like a watch party at the Benz. That's something we could get a lot of content at a watch party.
Something that I've attended for the last few years has been draft night,
Yeah.
I'm not even planning on going this year because we don't have the first round pick. So.
First, yeah, that's right. Yeah,
I-
I went last year. Shout out to my guy Rick and Cody. They gave us some tickets, but I went last year, me, the wife, and the kids, and it was a fun experience. But
Oh, yeah.
not having a first round pick, I probably won't go.
So
Yeah, it went crazy when they announced Walker as the first.
Dude, it
pick.
went wild. Me and Cody
it
was
was wild.
live. Me and Cody was live during that.
I was live. I was live there for the
that was
the
a
big
dope.
suit. So yeah.
That was dope.
dude,
And then I left. We left as soon as they made that. Did you stay, David, when they traded back in?
No,
I
was
left,
on,
right?
I was
stayed.
on I-20 when they made
Yeah.
the James Pierce pick, and I almost lost my mind. I was like, we left.
I left, right, and I was staying at the Reverb by Hard Rock, right across the street from the stadium. And as soon as I got to my room, Philip calls me because Philip and Dad drove up. They were driving back home that night, and Philip calls me like, "Bro, we just traded back in." I was like, "Man, don't lie to me." And I look out my window, and I see on the Halo board at the bin says we are on the clock. So I turned the TV on, and I was thinking Mike Green, but for some reason I was like, the Falcons are grabbing Mike Green. He's on slip. They'll grab Mike Green. And then they announced James Pierce, and I was like, that damn Robert called it from the very first fucking night of draft selections. Robert called James Pierce Jr. He was the guy. He was a great pick too, I must say, Robert.
Well, when they first announced it, we moved back up. I was like, we're either taking Green or we're taking Pierce. I said, either way, I told Christy, I said, I know you don't like football, but if they announce one of these two players, my butt's out in the street dancing. I don't care if I get arrested.
TV.
Yeah, this game's over. Yeah.
Cooper K with the tutty. 30 to 20 right now.
On his old team.
Yeah, you know, to use Carson Beck's quote, that's poetic justice.
Dude, this thing is going to be massive. So they're going to put it somewhere down by the Continental Yards, which is by State Farm and Mercedes-Benz.
Yeah,
this thing is 70.
Hold on. Is it Centennial Yards or Continental?
Continental Yards.
Oh.
Centennial is the road.
Or no, excuse me, Centennial. Yeah, Centennial. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's right there. It's right by the stadium.
Yeah. It's right by. That's where we used to park in the tailgate section, but they closed the gulch off.
Yeah.
They made that big sports complex right there.
Yep.
I'm mad at y'all now because I have to ride Marta out to the game all the time now because y'all pulling the parking lot off. But
yeah.
Dude,
man. That's how I ride in Marta.
Dude, this thing's gonna be massive.
Old, you know, where they used to have the pregame things at the Georgia Dome. Is that
Cody? What's it called? I'll see if I can't find the video and put it on the share screen.
It's called Cosm in Atlanta. Let's say.
Spell that for me.
No, don't tell them about it till we get in there. Don't tell everybody about it until we get in.
Okay, yeah, I'll say watch the video, dude. When you see how big this thing is supposed to be, it's gonna blow your mind.
What's it called? Con what?
It's the Cosm in Centennial.
COS.
COSM.
Yeah.
Yeah, just type in Cosm in Atlanta.
I was just joking though, Chase. Put it out there.
Centennial Yards.
I wonder if the construction started yet on it. This would be a great job.
Oh yeah, they have shut the Centennial Yards down for the parking lot I used to park at all the time. You know, it's just a big open field where they had all the tailgates and everything. So they pretty much have kind of eliminated. It's called the Gulch.
The Gulch.
The Gulch. Yeah.
Cosmin, COSMIN.
Just COSM.
COSM.
Yeah, this place
coming to Atlanta.
Well, did we score a touchdown? The train. Yeah, the train.
But who has the train by the house? I've been
That's me.
on that. So that's you.
Chase has one, and I have one that goes by every now and then.
All right, so let's see. I found the video. It's see how long the video is.
I think it's like a minute 50.
Look. Yeah, it's not very long of a video. Let's see. All right. 180 live viewers, guys. Man, y'all tap in, hit that subscribe button. Appreciate all the love tonight. All right, can you guys see that yet? Not on there yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
There
There you
it
go.
goes.
Truth. Did you really come over here for a Twizzler?
No, I did not.
I think you just earned one for honesty. Amazing. Truly amazing.
You gotta restart for this guy.
You're right.
I'm definitely there.
That's insane, dude. 70,000 square foot.
That's big. Yeah, that's big. I wonder if it's a union job. You need to call the Atlanta Hall, huh?
That's right.
That'd be crazy, dude. Work right there in Atlanta. I wish I would have been out of high school and in Ironwork when they built the stadium, because I would have so been on that. I would have so been on that.
Also, I know is when I get old enough to retire, that's one of the first things I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go down there and be like, look, I'm old as hell. I can't work, but I'll do stadium tours all day long.
Oh yeah, you know, with the the Dirty Bird Nest has been around for 5 years now. The first 3 seasons, I was a captain in it, and that was probably the best experience that I've had as a Falcon fan, because we got so many perks and we got so many things that they requested for us to come and do that was related to the the team. I've been on the roof of the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, doing a photo shoot and a video with Quavo for the 50th anniversary of hip hop. And I've did a photo shoot for the team. The 300 section of the Benz. I have the picture that I sent you, Chase, when you put me on. That's actually on the wall of the in the 300 section of the Benz. So those kind of experiences have been so special. Being a part of the Dirty Bird Nest, those are kind of memories that as an old man that you definitely grab on to and everything. So
something we haven't really talked about or addressed yet is the new uniforms that the Falcons will receive this year. That's kind of went out the window. We haven't talked about that at all. What kind of scheme are you guys hoping for? What kind of throwback do you think they bring the old logo back? I mean, what do you guys think happens here with the redesign?
I think they're gonna blend the old and the new. Some concepts of what we currently have with the throwback jersey that they're currently using, which I'm mad about because I got too many of the current jerseys and everything that they made obsolete right now. So, but it's marketing, it's a business, and I understand it. So,
yeah, I'm hoping for like a updated version of the old logo, red helmet, black jersey for the primary. I'd rather see silver pants than the white ones, though.
Yeah, I definitely want to see the silver pants come back. So
like the old gray looking pants. Yeah.
See, for me, like I like the current logo. Like leave the new logo alone. I think it's tough. I think it's mean. I mean, because then when we do throwbacks, it makes that old logo special.
Yeah.
To get to see. So I kind of want them to leave that alone. I want us to keep our helmets too. I think our helmets look great. I like the silver face mask and the like that. I think they call it. I don't think it's matte. I think they called it silk black or whatever special color.
Black.
I would say but I want to see I like our black home jerseys with the ATL on it. I know a lot of people hate the big ATL on the front. I like that. Yeah. But I want to see them get rid of that. I want to see them get rid of the red stripe on the sides. I think that's just too much. And then on the sleeve, I want to see the the stripes, the red silver stripes that we used to have. I want to see that come back, and then
Give me
change
the
and
old
then
throwback red jersey.
It's the red jersey. The red jersey is
Yes,
something that they got to
sir.
put back in because
Yes,
I think
sir.
people weren't too thrilled with the gradient jersey, the
Yeah, gradient.
blend jersey. I actually liked it, but
I do too.
but we got to get some kind of concept of a red jersey back. So I think that was the biggest thing, seeing the red jersey come back.
They need to change the font of the numbers. To me, I think that.
Oh my!
Yeah, they need to fix the font on the of the numbers. That's one of my biggest problems.
Oh my! That was fucking close.
Oh,
Yeah, they're definitely going to be double and tripling Puka for the rest of the day.
They have got to score a touchdown here, guys. We got 2 minutes left, fellas. Let's start our shout outs for tonight's show as we have reached already almost at we're at 2 hours and 30 minutes here tonight on the podcast, guys. Appreciate all the new love that we've got to the channel, all the new subscribers. We're at 707 tonight. We gained 4 to 5 new subscribers during the podcast. Hope to gain more after the show. The love and support you guys have given us throughout the last month has been greatly appreciated, and that's why we do the giveaways here on the channel to appreciate what you have done here for us. So hit that like button wherever you're viewing. Be sure to check us out on YouTube. Cody, we'll start the shout outs with you, dog.
yeah, man. Start off first off and foremost. Always, want to thank the Lord above. Got to wake up. Day watch football with y'all, which is always great. To come on, watch football and talk Dirty Bird football. So shout out to y'all. Shout out to everybody that's comes on, watches the show, and watches the football with us, man. Definitely appreciate the support y'all are giving us. This channel. When I started up, man, I think we were at I think it was right around 200-300 people,
flag,
maybe.
Dude. Stupid flag. Look at the TV. Stupid flag by the player.
Yep. Unsportsmanlike
flag. That's a touchdown. That's a touchdown.
Wow, to a coach, man. What an
that
idiot.
was 4th and 13 too, and then he gets called for that. Gives him
and look at the play right afterwards.
Yep, touchdown.
Oh, crazy!
Wow. Somebody's getting chewed out.
He might get cut out of that.
Yeah, he's talking to the sideline of the Rams coaching staff. Puka Nakua, man, what a dog!
Yes.
Anyway, Cody, your shout outs for tonight, man. My wife said it's time for me to get off the podcast. Cody,
definitely. So shout out to y'all. Shout out to viewers. This show just keeps growing, man, and we're going to keep doing it. But other than that, boys, rise up.
Rise up, Cody. Appreciate you being here tonight. Robert, shout outs for tonight, dog.
Well, shout out to the good Lord above for another day. Thankful that he's kept us safe through these winter storms, and don't know what's going on out your guys' way, but just stay safe, guys. And if anything seems too risky getting out and about tomorrow, just don't chance it. Shout out to our viewers, our subscribers, and shout out to all of our new viewers and subscribers. We thank you very much. Pass the word along, help us get to 1,000. And, we do this for you. Always a pleasure to talk Dirty Bird football and, read your comments, and always like it when the audience participates. And, of course, shout out to the Falcons. Shout out to Matt Ryan, Coach Stefanski, and, the whole organization. You're the reason we do this. And as always, shout out to my family, Brianna, Peyton, Zach, Christy. I love you all. And as always, rise up.
David asked, Robert was giving a shout out, so I was paying attention to what was happening on the TV screen. They are reviewing that last touchdown by the LA Rams, so we'll see what happens. David, shout outs for tonight, dog. Robert, thank you for coming through tonight, dog.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, definitely. Giving a shout out to the Lord above, as he's the start and end of everything. The family for always showing support. The DFU cast. Definitely enjoy, coming talk Falcon football with you guys. The Falcon organization for giving us a reason to even have this podcast. Is we are some avid Falcon fans that we will support the Dirty Birds, win, lose, or draw. Definitely the viewers who come on and support us. We definitely tried to get some of you on live tonight to show your your views on this long podcast that we did tonight. So definitely download the StreamYard app. Get your credentials and everything in order. So when we do days like today where we try to bring you all on to show your views, we won't have those technical difficulties and everything. So other than that, rise up.
Rise up. Shout out to my awesome panel here of co-hosts, guys. Appreciate you for coming through tonight, running this 2 and 40-minute hour-long podcast with the crew. As always, much love to the new subscribers, guys. We've gained over 100 subscribers in the last month easily, so easily. So thank you to you guys for supporting us. Coming along this journey as the Falcons get ready to take on the offseason. We're bringing you Super Bowl coverage, playoff coverage, and a lot of off-season coverage. So stick around with us as we have a lot of more content to bring you throughout the off-season. As always, if you're new to the channel, man, leave a like, ring the bell, hit the subscribe button, and bring the comments afterwards because I'll be sure to comment back with you. As always, shout out to the good Lord above for giving us another day. Shout out to the wife for taking care of the kids as I sat here for 2.5 hours talking Falcon football and watching the playoffs. So shout out to her. Shout out to the good Lord above, man. As always, as we always see here at the panel, rise up, A-Town down. We out of here, man. Appreciate y'all.